Hello, my darlings. It's me, Mahavalio here. Yeah, nobody's here yet, either in the panel or in the audience. Oh, fun. Ooh, ooh. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. I'm gonna see if I can try to get a few more people in here because I would like to try to get some conversation going. Is anybody in the audience? Anybody in the audience? Oh, I feel so unloved. Oh, it appears that we actually have somebody. Hello
Hi.
there, Dennis. Oh, I mean, Kenzo. Nobody's in here anyway, so nobody will hear the name. So, okay, so how are you doing? How are you doing? You haven't been on my live streams in a while, but we have been talking.
Okay, I guess.
So what's been going on as of recently that you wish to comment on?
Well, uh, for the month of August, there's going to be uh, something going on. Uh, Gamer Heritage Month. Basically, Gamer Heritage Month is going to be a celebration of gaming culture and gaming history. And we're just going to be posting stuff on the Gamer Heritage Month hashtag. It's just hashtag Gamer Heritage Month, um, and we're gonna celebrate devs. We're gonna celebrate um, old school shows that actually uh, enjoy and celebrate gaming, such as Video and Arcade Top 10 or uh, Electro Playground, old E3 old E3 videos. We're gonna have old school ads all the way up to today, like retro ads for systems like Atari, all the way to even the old original gray brick Game Boy ads. Those will be posted, and just a big celebration of games.
That sounds pretty cool. Like I've seen a lot of those ads starting to come through already because I've been seeing a lot of Super Nintendo ads. I've been seeing a lot of stuff for Sega CD.
Yeah, and
Like
it's just that tag is going to be. We're trying to push for that to be a whole month of celebrating gaming culture with that tag. So you'll see a whole ton of this stuff there.
So it's like so it's a lot of people that are going to be a part of this.
Yeah. Uh, that's what we're trying to do. Um, the only thing that we're hoping not to do is we want to keep the drama out of the tag. So there's not going to be any mention of Jack Thompson or the ESRB Mortal Kombat stuff. We want to keep those off the tag if possible. But either way, just a whole celebration of video games. If you have any game, the more games that are posted onto this, the more things that are posted onto this, the better, because then you might shares that um, some game that not many people might know about, or a random person might go into the tag and see something that interests them that they otherwise wouldn't have known about.
Hmm. So what? So what will you be presenting?
I'm I'm gonna present whatever I could find. I plan to look around on YouTube for old Japanese video game ads and post those onto the tag. Like commercials, I mean. So I'll probably post Famicom, Super Famicom, and the other Japanese console-related ads. And even Namco has made digital gadgets before. Uh, Consoles, but not quite consoles, kind of like those Tiger Electronic games, I guess. Uh, Namco's made their share of those.
Oh, I see, I see, I see. So it's just basically all around gaming, all good things gaming has done. Like we're like talking about like any like like the console games, PC games, Tiger handhelds, all of that fun stuff without dealing with the crap in between, right?
Yes.
Some positivity in this, actually, some positivity within the whole year that gamers have been shit on actually sounds like a very good idea. And I mean, like, how? I mean, why the fuck not? We can actually, like, we could actually get some people's into like more their taste broadened out, and they can experience some other games that they never expected to enjoy. So why the fuck not? Like, this sounds rather amazing.
Yeah, and I just want to say this initiative, I did not start this. I was invited into it.
Oh,
But
who started it?
someone by the name of Captain Carbine. He owns, he does have a, a gaming site, uh, but then I don't remember what that site is.
Well,
On Twitter, he is Captain Carbine. Uh, just Captain Carbine. CAPTAIN CARBINE.
to the new person that came in, we are talking about what was it called again exactly? Because I know like Gamer History Month, right? Is that it?
Gamer Heritage Month.
Gamer
Hashtag
Heritage.
Gamer Heritage Month. And that's going to be August. We're trying to make it into a celebration of gamer history, gamer culture, posting all sorts of advertising or old vi video footage from things like the old E3 stuff, the Video and Arcade Top 10, uh, Electric Playground, or anything other similar related things, or even game footage, game covers, gameplay, character bios, anything you want from gaming. We're just gonna blow up the tag with this, and the more that the I keep forgetting there's a word for this, but I don't remember what word that is. But uh, if you could post things that you feel less people would know about, then that might benefit more people that are looking into the tag. Because then that would mean someone could look into the tag and say, "Oh, I didn't know about that before, but it looks interesting. Maybe I will try that." But even if you can't think of any, you could just post whatever games you like. Post. We just want to keep drama stuff like the ESRB Mortal Kombat stuff off the tag.
But Mortal Kombat can be talked about, right?
Mortal Kombat can be talked about, but we don't want the Mortal Kombat ESRB controversy.
So basically, what you're saying is that you want to talk about the stuff that gaming has done well, stuff like the Crash, the ESRB, Jack Thompson, and any other stuff. You just want to keep out of the tag because you want to mainly try to keep it a positive experience.
That's the primary goal of this. Of course, we can't police the tag, but that's what we're hoping.
Well, I mean, it's a good thing that if you actually want to try to get something like that taken up, because it is rather. Wait a minute, I'm getting a Twitter message. See what the thing. I'll join, I suppose. Oh, we're gonna get a new person coming in. Let's see.
And there will be videos being made to talk about this more, but this is going to be the month of August. So in 2 weeks or so, one or 2 weeks.
I'm very honestly, this sounds rather exciting. I may actually just join in because the fact that I would actually like to talk a lot about the first Sims game and probably some of the second Sims game, because that's part of the history of me being a gamer, because I love my history at least, and I like that game really, that really helped me with all my creativity and whatnot. So I'm probably gonna be in the tag as well, just because this sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, and there's actually a lot of things that everyone knows that we don't know that each other is aware of. So together we can probably do something great with this.
This sounds like a very nice venture to try to get more people's horizons expanded for different games. It's a fun thing to try to do. It is very commendable. And Control H. Oh god damn it, that's history. Okay, Control. Sometimes I forget how to computer.
Well, Control H is also find and replace.
Wait a minute. Wait for what? Like Mac or something?
No, for writing. So if Office has it. I think WordPad has it. A lot of the text-related stuff. I think Excel uses it too, and I think the Google Docs also shares this. Control H is find and replace, but Control F is
Uh,
find.
Hello, darling. How you doing?
Hello, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
Hello.
That's fine. I was just you were talking about how that in gaming culture, like the gaming culture heritage, how the controversy shouldn't be like in it because it has a negative aspect. But can it also be considered positive, like how gaming culture overcame those obstacles?
I can see what you're saying, but then
Because I mean, like Mortal Kombat didn't get censored. You can say that's an achievement for gaming culture.
that's
Now, violent
true.
games didn't get banned, so I think it should be more embraced. Like gaming overcame obstacles and whatnot.
That's true. That's you have a valid point there. Um,
Well, I mean, like like that is one thing that actually should be embraced. Is the fact that the gamers over the time for decades, actually have been, dealt with obstacles, and we actually did defeat them.
In gaming culture today, despite what is going on currently, it's considered cool if you think about it. Like everyone plays video games now. No one's like that outcast that plays video games anymore. Like growing up in the '90s and early 2000s, a lot of people were outcast as gamers, but now it's more open and a lot more people are gamers.
and
Whether
for the events that are happening today, we could even broadcast things like gaming charities that have been uh, running everywhere. A lot of places have gaming charities now, right? Like SGDs, the Summer Games Done Quick is pretty much global, right?
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And I remember they're raising a whole lot of money for Doctors with No Borders.
Oh, jeez.
And so we could talk about that in the tag as well. And uh, there was something. Oh, right. The other thing I was talking about was how within a couple months ago, I don't remember exactly when, was that on Final Fantasy 14? There was like the whole, a lot, almost the entire server, I think, just had a kind of a ceremony for someone that passed away.
Oh, there's been like tons of stuff like that in WoW, marriages in games as well. That I think that's like a very interesting aspect of gaming culture, like the fact people get married in video games. And I think even in WoW, there's a NPC
No,
dedicated to it. In
I
the
was
in
talking
the,
about a gamer actually passed away, and
no, no,
all the
I know.
players uh, held a ceremony in remembrance of him.
Yeah, it's has been in gaming culture for a while. As I was saying, like when a game dev slash player died in World of Warcraft, his character was made an NPC in honor of him as well.
That sounds pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. So
Okay,
it's nothing new, but it's amazing that communities do such a thing.
And I
well,
think
you,
more people should learn of these things that are happening, because it's not really talked about much outside.
so to the new person that came in, what would you like to call you by? Just out of curiosity.
Just call me Red Baron. Don't pay
Red
attention
Baron?
to the yeah. Just don't pay attention to the other stuff. It's just an acronym.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So, what would you like to discuss? Because this is pretty much open house style type of discussion.
Well, I don't really have anything in my brain right now, so whatever you guys are up for.
It's perfectly fine. And then that's the case. We'll go back to the Gamer Appreciation Month. So, I, so basically, what you could do, so how you can participate is just basically find a couple games that you do like, and actually put it into the tab, and just try to basically to broaden the horizon for somebody else.
Yep.
That indeed sounds like a lot of fun. But do you guys worry that it will clash with Gamergate?
By putting
We
the
do
games
not want it to collide with Gamergate. Though we are taking precautions that it might, like there's
well, I don't see why it
the
should
journals
collide.
might actually try and co-opt it, but we're hoping that it won't. We're going to make sure everyone is shown in the tag, and while they're trying to paint the gaming culture as male dominated or just all men or something, but then with even old video and arcade top 10 videos, you can see that there are girls participating in the tournaments. And the video and arcade top 10 was primarily, there was an ongoing tournament, and they do some other segments during the tournament. So that was back then, 20 years ago? Over 20 years ago? So this is, again, this is going to be a celebration of gaming.
It's just basically going to be an extravaganza of what gaming really has been about, but it doesn't really want to talk. But it just really doesn't want to focus on the negative shit, like how most of the people outside of the hobby don't know.
Yeah. So we want as many people joining as possible. People, if you game, join in. Or at least take a look at the tag and see if there's anything that interests you.
So we talked a little bit about positive. Let's talk a little bit about negative, shall we? Just to balance it out. So what the fuck has been going on with? So apparently the Gawker thing got taken down today.
Yep.
I'm surprised it lasted for that long.
Can you really be surprised though, like of them doing that, considering Gawker's reputation?
Like Gawker's
the
gonna
article itself.
Like Gawker's gonna fucking die. Like there is no denying this anymore. Gawker's gonna fucking die.
And considering that, like, I can agree with you, considering that their own allies are even turning on them now. Like the ones that are like, oh no, gaming gets bad, listen to Gawker and all that. Now they're even turning on them. Like Gawker's on its last leg.
It's kind of funny because I've seen people who are in the social justice crowd actually have been saying that Gawker is shit. Oh,
They won't say was Gamergate was right.
Hold a minute, no. Do you want the link to the actual video or link to get it? Kenzo, what do you want? The link to get in or the link to the video? Because I'll give you both. Okay, well, here's the video to get me into this. But no, what I was noticing was that there's actually right now a lot of SUWs who are angry about the fact that Gawker's shit, but at the same time, it's either a two-way streak. It's either a two-way streak where they say that Gamergate did this by basically powering them up, or this is Gamergate's fault in some way, shape, or form.
It's as if they can't accept the fact that they were wrong.
Exactly.
Like their head is so far up their ass. It's like, oh, it can't be us. It can't be our fault. It has to be them.
Well, what is amazing is that these people just don't want to accept blame. And I don't know how to feel. That are you guys willing to just ignore the fact that this has happened? And how you doing, Tetrid? This is Red Baron. He's new to the he's Tetrid, you bitch. Oh, my God. Oh, I forgot he does that. If he does that.
What?
Oh my
Joined and left right at the same moment.
It's just like, a minute. Is he gonna say? Is he gonna say? Is he gonna say? Tetrid? Hello? Anyways, I was saying, they don't want to accept responsibility for the shit that they've done, so they have to still try to blame us for the fact that Gawker is still fucked up.
They blame anything that isn't them, and they'll call it misogynies or whatever. They'll blame on the patriarch or anything that's not them.
It's basically buzzword after buzzword that they can do, and I'm thinking he's working on his server right now. His Minecraft server, that's what he's probably working on.
I like how he's showing us that.
Can you guys hear me now?
Now we can hear you!
All right.
Anyway, as I was saying, this is Red Baron. He's new.
Hi, Red Baron.
Hi.
Did you guys see the post yet where the ex-employee of Gawker, who is apparently still getting paid until the end of August, something to that extent, is talking about, you know, Gawker is pretty bad and they're in a bad space right now, but you know what? You shouldn't criticize Gawker so much because fucking Gamergate and Christina Summers. that was awesome.
Well, explain this to me. What happened?
I could post it. I think it's one of the things that I posted. But basically, this guy who's like basically has been fired a month or two ago and is still getting paid by Gawker until the end of August. At least that's what he claims. Was saying Gawker's in a bad spot and everything, but you know what? You shouldn't criticize Gawker that much because Christina Hoff Summers gets to spread her hate and Milo gets to spread his hate and freaking Gamergate, and they get their legitimacy for a fucking nanosecond. He just like switches gears and it just 180s on this like message that, you know, you're like, you're right, you know, like this whole thing, it wasn't that bad. You know, see them as human beings. And he just fucking hits on this hate gear and he just fucking starts ripping on Christina Hoff Summers, Milo, and Gamergate. It's just pretty entertaining.
It's probably because he's still getting paid, that's why.
Yeah.
Oh,
and he's also the guy who said, I know like I work for Gawker. I didn't put out this article or anything. He's also the guy that did that tweet.
oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
One thing I don't understand is why they keep on saying that Christina Hoff Summers is hate.
Because it goes against their narrative and proves everything they say wrong.
Maybe that's the only explanation for it, but...
Because she's against them, she's not with them. Anyone who's against them, they're against. If you're with
She's
them,
like the fact that she says, like, they keep saying that she's an evil right-wing Republican. She's a fucking Democrat. Like, she is a second-wave feminist.
Like, she is very inclusive. And how is being inclusive and equal not equal? And not...
Because it doesn't fit the narrative.
Like, it, yeah.
Her equality isn't their equality.
It's not equality on our terms, therefore it's evil.
See, like, these people, if there was peace on Earth and everything was equal, everything was fine, they would still find something to complain about.
Cultural appropriation.
Exactly. Oh, your people like us, cultural appropriation.
Yep.
The museum. Did you know that the Boston Museum actually had... Well, for one thing, Boston Museum changed their Twitter header to a Japanese picture, of the Japanese painting of a red Fuji mountain.
Do they
Red
complain
Mount
about
Fuji.
that?
Yeah.
Just showcasing art. It's cultural appropriation.
And then I think what was it? The Japanese embassy, probably the Boston Japanese embassy wrote a statement about it as well. And that kimono was actually sent by NHK, which is the Japanese broadcasting company in Japan.
They're so fucking like so hypocritical when they keep talking about like cultural appropriation, because it's okay apparently for the United States to have its culture shipped out to elsewhere by other peoples, but it's so not okay for when like we think anything from any other culture is cool, and that makes no sense at all. Like I just don't get it.
And apparently, well, if wearing kimono is cultural appropriation, and by the way, that is apparent. The one that's worn there was actually not really a kimono. It's actually called uchikake, which is basically something you wear at home, sort of thing. So if wearing that is cultural appropriation, then wouldn't Japanese be cultural appropriating Western outfit, Western clothing?
That's what I'm talking about. Is they don't care. It's like the only time they care is when it's minorities. If it's if anybody's appropriating quote unquote white culture, they don't give a shit.
The primary reason why they don't care is because it's white.
Yeah, and the thing is like they get the whole thing, or is like they're just Asian, but Asians are usually in the United States are usually better off economically than fucking white people. So the whole fucking thing is like I don't know. They never take socioeconomic status into the whole mess at all. They avoid that like the fucking plague.
But that would require them to think, and you know how they don't like to think.
Well, the thing is that they have to make like the thing is that the whole their part where they're Marxist, cultural Marxist. The original deal has to deal with like class imbalance when you're talking about like rich people versus poor people, but they're using the same kind of logic and like thinking that they do when they apply like the rich people versus poor people to just like white person minorities or men females, and it doesn't fucking make sense.
White person in China is a minority.
Yeah, but he's still the most privileged apparently.
Yeah, Baka Gaijin, right? Baka Gaijin. It's just like the whole mess doesn't make any fucking sense to begin with. Like it was like, Top Hat was talking about Top Hat and Champagne was talking about like cultural appropriation.
Yeah, he went over the PBS guy's video.
Yeah, that dude's an idiot. Like I'm so tired of this like PBS. I'm so tired of this government-funded fucking SJW crap. I'm really tired of seeing it. It was really nice watching Sunset fucking crash and burn. So like after they just got finished being government funded, and then finally they had that fucking, they weren't able to suck off that teen anymore, so they went on their own and they fucking crashed and burned on their first fucking attempt. Good fucking riddance.
You know what the saddest part about that was?
What?
They actually they did make a good game.
That game?
They made it. Which one?
Are you talking about like Sunset? Sunset was not a good game.
No. It was called The Path.
The Path?
Oh, The Path.
The Path, yes.
That was interesting.
The Path is it's basically like a weird tale, like retelling of Little Red Riding Hood, in which weird shit always happens.
Oh, I was thinking of.
Go ahead.
I was thinking of something else.
This is the thing. Tale of Tales made this back in 2009. The game was very fucking good. That's the thing. I don't know why they did that. I don't know why they did the direction that they did, but it's kind of sad.
Did it have actual gameplay though? Besides
It did, yeah.
pressing X to clean the misogyny.
No, actually, like it actually had what you do is that you actually run around basically trying to find specific landmarks and objects that represents the character that you play as. Like you could play as either a little girl or a teenager.
Do you just walk up to it and press something, and then it like gives you like a text or anything?
No,
Or
it
is it,
actually
like, actual
shows a
gameplay?
cutscene. It shows an actual cutscene. And the amount of objects you find, you actually it depends on what ending you get.
See, that's interesting, and that sounds a lot cooler than this game that they made before.
But like, the game itself is still just walking around and touching things. Like you get cutscenes from it, but you still walk around and just touch things.
Yeah, but it sounds like vastly better than that.
It does sound vastly better, but
know.
it still sounds like, or I call it a interactive novel, if you wish.
Yeah, my wife read me the synopsis for fucking Sunset before I even saw it gameplay, and I said, "This sounds like the most boring fucking game I've ever heard of."
Okay, what is the synopsis?
Thing is, with Sunset, with
she gets fired.
Everything that you do in Sunset, it is possible to make that into a very interesting game. It just didn't happen.
Right. One of the things it says in there is like you'll feel the like how an NPC feels. I'm like, NPCs don't feel anything. NPCs aren't real.
Well, it depends how they're written.
I suppose you could put it like that, but like the thing is that NPCs aren't normally considered like freaking party members or something like that. There's usually like party members, you know, who have their own backstory and things like that, and then there's NPC, which is just the guy at the shop who usually has no backstory and is just literally an interface to the store.
No, but if it's properly written, you could, and you know that something's happening to such and such town. I mean, even look at Final Fantasy IV. I mean, sure, you could say poor Rydia, but it's not just about Rydia. Because there's the whole village that got destroyed. And it was destroyed because the king had them send a package, a sealed package. They even Kane and Cecil, they didn't know what was in there, but apparently they were bombs, and that destroyed the whole town, the whole village. So you could, with that, you can feel for the village as well.
I'm looking at
that's all in the writing.
Wouldn't also a game like Majora's Mask have a good sense of NPCs as well?
I would think that most RPGs would. You have to be. It has to feel like an interactive world. Like take The Witcher, for instance. Pretty much, as far as I know, anything that you do affects each character differently.
Granted, I've never really played The Witcher though, so I wouldn't know the reference. So. And
on top of that, there's also guest NPCs that sometimes join parties, and they travel with you, but they're not playable. And you get a strong feeling of where they are coming from as well, because they're a traveling member with you. You just can't play as them. Or sometimes NPCs, particular NPCs, are absolutely critical to the story. That's another one. So in a sense, you could call them a main character, but at the same time, they're not a playable main character.
I think what it just boils down to is that that if an NPC is done right, you can actually feel something with them. But in the way how like Sunset was saying, and Tetra, correct me if I'm wrong, is that it's just like they were forcing something that really wasn't there.
What do you mean by it?
I don't. This is the thing. You were saying that you didn't really feel Like it's just like you don't feel anything. It's just like they just felt like computer programs, rather than something you find relatable.
I think the point was that in the synopsis for the whole thing, it sounded really uninteresting because they were talking about trying to make you care about
Jesus
something.
Christ, what was that?
They were trying to make you care about something that literally has no background to it, and like you just couldn't. And not only that, there's like a
The fuck is that thing?
the fuck is what thing?
The thing on my screen. Like, are you actually looking?
I'm going over their freaking Kickstarter page, trying to find that spot that I read, but I'm not. I haven't found it. And that's
So
a statue in the game of a guy with his dog.
So they put the synopsis in the Kickstarter.
They did not. I'm trying to look for it and I can't find it. My wife was reading it to me, and I was like, "This literally sounds the most boring game either." And the only reason that she even read it to me is because she was pointing it out that this sounds like the worst game that's ever been made ever. And that was the thing. That was the synopsis of the game before it came out, and that's the reason. That's the other thing. I think there's a reason that they only sold 4,000 copies, and one of them was that synopsis. Out of like the many reasons, including hiring Leigh Alexander for PR.
Wasn't most of those copies given to people who donated to the Kickstarter anyway, so they didn't
Correct.
necessarily make any money at all?
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, you guys didn't know that?
No.
No, I heard of that. No, go back to this. You see, it said backers. Go back. Can
Apparently, they had 2,228 backers who pledged nearly $70,000 for this game.
That was about half their sales right there.
Yeah, so that's half. So they sold, I don't know if they sold about 4,000. They sold about like, what is it, 1,800?
Oh God, that's just sad, man.
So yeah, they sold 1,800 outside of the Kickstarter. That's pretty bad. And what was it? I was looking at it. I was trying. They said they had like 6 people during this, and I put like I estimated how much money they made throughout this entire process, and they made dick and shit. Not a yearly wage at all, less than the minimum wage. There's a reason why they were so angry when they were why they failed.
Oh, they should just, instead of storming out like pulling a full fish, they should just looked at it and said, "Okay, we fucked up. Let's see what we can do to fix this." But instead of like, "No, fuck the games, fuck this, fuck that."
Yeah, burn all the bridges.
Maybe artsy
They
hits
made
for
about
somewhere else.
$8,000 individually that year, most likely, probably less. That was my really really super rough estimation from the Kickstarter and like how many copies generally that they sold.
See, fixing it is one way to go about it. Making something else to counterbalance it would be another.
I was watching Team Bromepill's like a review of the game, and it was about 6 minutes long. He got to a point where it said pick up the offensive books or press X to pick up offensive books, and one of them was the Art of War.
Books?
Press X to pick up offensive books, and then it says like Art of War and other things, and he was like no, and then it just shows him switching to refund the game.
Wait, I think didn't you make like shorter videos like only a minute long of that as well?
Yeah,
okay, that's what I saw.
It's an absurdly short game where he just goes and he's playing, and he's like skipping to between points of the game, and then he just goes up to a point where it says pick up offensive books, and he just laughs and he goes no, and then it just shows him refunding the game. So yeah, there's several reasons why this game didn't do that good.
How many copies do you think got refunded?
Jesus Christ, 1,800.
So every person who bought it refunded it after like 10 minutes.
The thing is that it's split up into like 66 5-minute play sessions for how they put it.
What?
Each let's say level of the game is really really short. You just run around the room and you pick things up. Like it's Viceroy cleanup detail without any of the fucking fun.
Can I just point out, like I watched Sargon's video on it, and it's like she wasn't very good at her job in the first place as a maid. To be fair, she just sat down. And was like, "I'm gonna sit in this chair." It's like, no, you're supposed to be cleaning.
Yeah.
First off, as a job, you're supposed to be a maid, and you're not doing your job. It's not even a good game in the first place.
Well, hey, at least in Viceroy cleanup detail, you do your job.
Exactly.
Well, yeah. Which, by the way, I gotta ask this, a little bit off topic. How do you clean the fucking ceiling? I'm having a hard time trying to clean the ceiling in that game.
If I start cleanup detail, can't you just point the wretch at, I'm sorry, can't you just point the mop at the ceiling?
I can't know. Like the ceiling is too high.
Weird.
Yeah.
Have you tried throwing the bucket?
Throw a bucket.
I'm not throwing the bucket of water. No.
Pick up one of the elves to use him to mop the ceiling with.
I'm not
Have you tried C4?
I'm not doing
C4. Not enough explosions.
That's what Sunset needed.
If
More
it doesn't
explosions.
work, C4.
Every time you
Jamie.
did something in Sunset, there should have been an explosion. Game would have been 10 out of 10.
No.
Jeff,
Would have
Jeff
sold
Keighley would've been all over that.
4,001 copies.
But yeah, it's like, okay, so like, I'm pretty sure everybody here at this point even knows that the Gawker story is completely fake, right? It was a hoax.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
Troll.
Yeah, apparently where they got their source, he's like notorious for giving false information to journalists.
Yeah, so like, the thing is, what's really funny is that's even worse for Gawker. And Gawker, from their retraction deal, even right now, still supposedly completely believes the story is true.
Oh.
So that shows them to be incompetent and worse, legally liable because they took back the story. That says liability. That's admitting fault. That's admitting you did something wrong. That's why.
You see, they're not journalists; they're bloggers.
Right. But it doesn't really matter now, does it?
No. From legal standpoint, no. The guy could sue them for slander.
Yeah,
No libel. If they this is the thing. If they get sued for fucking libel, that's it. They're done. They're gonna close. They're gonna close up shop, and Tetra's gonna shit in the front steps.
It's true.
Isn't Hulk Hogan already going after them?
That's another major point of all this too. With all the legal stuff that's going on, they're getting sued by multiple people right now. They're getting sued by their interns. They're getting sued by Charles C. Johnson. They're getting sued by fucking Hulk Hogan.
Brother.
Yeah, they're getting. Like, the thing is, all of their legal money is already sucked up. And the thing is that they already lost at least a 1/4 of their profits. If I remember correctly, Gawker only makes $4 million in profit a year. So the thing is, when we took $1 million, we took 1/4 of their fucking profits for the whole year. They're not making that same amount this year. They don't have any fucking advertisers. So the thing is that they're going to have they have vastly less money than they did last year. All of their legal insurance is all tied up, so that's not getting fucking paid for anymore. They're not paying, like, I don't fucking know, $10,000 a month to make sure that their legal stuff's done. They're paying for 4 different fucking court cases. That's gonna bleed them fucking dry. I'm completely okay with it.
So if one more court case comes through, then they're fucked.
You don't understand. I said they only made $4 million $4 million profit a year, right, when times were good. They can't afford freaking Hulk Hogan's $100 million case. They can't.
Well, what I was saying
if he
was
wins,
that
that's done. It's Hulker.
Brother.
Yeah.
I hope he says that in the courtroom. Like, he has to. Come on now.
Oh, one of the minor victories he won in the court case is that they have to allow him to use his fucking bandana in court.
It's a staple. You can't take that off his head.
Exactly.
It doesn't, like, it grows out of his head. You can't physically
It's a
remove
cultural treasure.
See, and if anyone in Gawker wears a bandana, that's cultural appropriation from Hulk Hogan.
You got it.
You should sue for that as well.
No, but like I said, it's like they're pretty, like, all of their fucktardedness has really fucking cost them. Like, this couldn't have come at the worst possible fucking time for them. Like I said, all of their legal insurance is all sucked up. I'm just completely okay with that.
So what if the person who they slandered sues?
If he sues, then he has a case, and he's going to win it because they've already admitted fault by taking down the deal. That's why, freaking, what is it? Fake rape case. What the hell is it? Rolling Stone. That's why Rolling
UVA.
Stone doesn't take it down, and they don't fire anybody. And they won't fire anybody because that admits fault, because they know that they're going to get screwed in this court case. So they're doing everything they can to not admit fault. That's why they won't apologize. That's why they won't retract the story, et cetera, et cetera. But the thing is that Gawker's already done that. They've already taken down the story, which is like in court is about as good as admitting fault. And not only that, they kind of half-ass apologized for it. Even better.
They just tried to deflect all of it to us, saying it's Gamergate's fault. Oh.
Well, they already had to admit that Gamergate's about ethics and gaming journalism in court, in case you didn't hear about that. And they were asking court what Gamergate was, and they had to admit under oath it was about ethics and gaming journalism.
Who
Got
did?
him.
That's Gawker. Gawker did.
Oh.
Like when?
Remember when the interns were talking about when they were talking about that they didn't want the interns communicating under certain methods? One of those methods was Gamergate. They didn't want the interns talking to Gamergate because Gamergate would make sure that every single intern who's ever fucking been there in the last ever since it's fucking existed would be able to get in on the deal. So they want to make sure that the interns couldn't talk through certain communication channels, and one of the communication channels was deal. So the thing is that, of course, the question came up, what is Gamergate and why shouldn't they be allowed to do there? Because the court's doing its job. And so they had to tell them what Gamergate was under oath, and they had to say it's about ethics and gaming journalism.
Oh.
So that was a long time ago, though. I'm surprised you guys hadn't heard about that.
That just, that must have stung for whoever had to say that.
Oh, you fucking know it. But it's probably lawyers talking to lawyers, so who knows? Trying to keep their bosses out of trouble.
I never looked into transcripts or whatever.
I would suggest looking it up just for the laugh factor. Apparently, Saikenzo, if he's in here, he doesn't have that. He doesn't have that on his archives yet.
He has everything on archives except the transcripts from court.
Yeah. It's failing us.
Hey, come on, man! It's been a rough fucking year.
Yeah.
Is that Congresswoman still in bed with Zoe Quinn?
Yeah.
Like, she's still trying to push the fucking whole Gamergate thing. It's like it's all evil and all that. And then
Called
Gawker comes
herself
out
an
and
SJW the other day. That was fantastic.
good thing I'm not in America.
I am a social justice warrior. Okay.
Are you really? Because like the definition is that you actually work against what you're talking about. Like, I'm a diversity officer, and I have to make sure that all all people of all races feel fucking welcome here. That's why I'm kicking out all the white people. That's a social justice warrior.
I think what's worse, it was that diversity officer at Goldsmith. That was a kicker.
That's what I'm talking about. And that's why I'm kicking out all the white people.
Because that's not racism, not at all.
Did you like the picture of her being the white woman having like fucking the girl holding her fucking microphone like a fucking slave? How good was that in the fucking picture? Did you guys see that? She's sitting there reading a speech about how fucking she should be able to get away with like typing "kill all men" all fucking day as the fucking diversity officer. She's got a black person holding a microphone while she's got a fucking hand free.
Oh my god.
No, it's fucking fantastic. I laughed.
It's like you should laugh because that just sounds so fucking stupid.
Seriously, she had her fucking hand free and she got a black girl sitting there holding her fucking microphone for her. These people have no idea what the fuck they're talking about.
Well, yeah, the fact that we stand for diversity, we stand for inclusiveness. Now, Whitey, get the fuck out.
Yeah, no kidding. We stand for diversity, we stand for inclusiveness. Whitey, get the fuck out.
But I thought you were inclusive.
Shut up, you don't know what you're talking about.
No. To be inclusive, we need to kick all the whiteys out.
Doesn't that make them the most oppressed then?
What, the white people? It does in
Yeah.
that setting, which is why it's funny.
Well, no, one thing I actually want to bring up, because this was something that recently came up, was, did you guys hear about what Cernovich has been doing?
Yeah, I really wish he wouldn't do that. At first, I misread it, and I thought he was just saying, like, if there's any criminal activity, I will do it. But his primary focus of the sentence, the way he put it out, was anything that will end their career, instead of like anything that's an actual crime. He's like, he gave bonus money if it was an actual crime.
Well, how about
Not
we
okay with that.
how about we explain what it is first, so the other two can catch up, so they can put it. What had happened was that Mike Cernovich actually said that he was willing to pay somebody $2,500 to actually find any information about any Gawker employee that can end their career. If it's a crime, it's an extra $500.
Is that what it was? I thought it was like an extra 5,000 if it was that.
If it was an extra 5,000, goddamn. I actually told Cernovich she's going for the jugular this time for this.
Yeah, I'm not okay with that whole mess. Oh, that's an interesting question. I was just thinking, I was like, in what, like, if you found out this information, wouldn't it just end up on some fucking forum or something like that anyway? And then it would just go on the fucking list or something? Like, was that something that would end up in fucking deep freeze? Oh, that's a good fucking question. It's like the thing is like that information would come up, but he's asking for a fucking reward for it, and I'm kind of not okay with that. Specifically going to end the person's career? Yeah, that's an interesting question now.
Well, I mean, like a lot of people have that. Like, if somebody actually was, I'm actually sending a join link to somebody. He may come in, he may not. I don't know.
Well, the thing is like, what's the difference between this and one of those things? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because let's say the guy who wrote this fucking article, there's a good chance he's not going to have a career after this. Who's going to take him? Like,
nobody.
The normies are pretty fucking pissed at this shit, as they should be. You know what I mean? So this is fucking career ending. So what if, like, this thing was one of the things that Cernovich found, assuming Cernovich hadn't heard of it yet?
Okay, now this is something that
like, how much problem would we have with it then?
This is something that he also did say that I kind of have to agree with him on, only because the fact that the context of it is that when he got attacked, the people basically didn't bat an eyelash. But when the gay guy when the gay man gets attacked, basically people got up in arms. Nobody deserves to be treated the way how fucking either one Cernovich or the other guy have.
Yeah.
And it's that, like, no matter, like you can't say gay or straight. It's still a fucked up scenario. And look who's the one saying it.
Yeah. Yeah, no fucking doubts there.
I mean, what the other two? What how do you two feel about the situation?
I kind of zoned out for a bit because I was trying to find an article. What are we talking about?
Oh, the whole Cernovich deal, I found that on Kotaku in action. I can link that real quick. Just give me a moment.
Please send a link.
It was like one of the top deals on it.
Do you think Cernovich will get something?
It's a lot of money. Someone would probably do something. But the thing is that the Diggers are just going to dump everything out anyway. They're not going to, like, I don't think they're going to, like, try and get Cernovich money. Yeah, Mike Cernovich has gone officially fucking nuclear. Here it is. There you go.
Thank you.
And the thing is that I'm asking is like, yeah, I have a problem with it. I have a problem with this initially, seeing it. Like, I wouldn't fucking do this. So the question that's thing is like, how would I be okay with this? Like, is there any way that, like, I would change this that I would be okay with it? And I'm having a problem with it. But the thing is that The only thing I come up with is like, what if like the thing that came up was Gawker today, and just like nobody knew about it? Like, would I have a problem with it then? I mean, like, would anybody else?
It does bring up an interesting, and
So
you do
that
bring up
makes
an
it
interesting point.
that makes it really morally ambiguous.
I mean, it is a fucked up thing to end someone, try to destroy someone's career, but
With the
Gawker,
purpose, like it's like saying somebody. Go ahead.
Here's my take on it. It doesn't matter who you're doing it to. You shouldn't do it at all. And if someone, say on our side, were to do like end someone's career, no matter who it is, it doesn't make us the good guys in that sense. It just makes us look as bad as them.
Right. What if you weren't doing it with the purpose of ending their career?
It's still you shouldn't do it. It's just immorally wrong in my opinion. Like you
All
shouldn't.
right. So at what point can we, like, assuming it's this situation, like they're talking about like this person outed a gay guy, and then that's the thing that we're talking about. At which point is it okay to bring that up?
To out someone?
No, never to out somebody. I'm not talking about outing someone. I'm talking about the journalist who outed the guy. And then it's like, okay, we've all agreed that you can't do anything to purposely like fucking end someone's career. But what about when you're talking about the journalist that did this? And then what if you just, by the concept of telling people, caused this guy's career to be ended? And then you did.
Oh, so like I disclosed the information that he's gay, and then he got fired. The gay guy got fired. Is that what you're saying?
You're not the journalist. We're talking about the journalist, and like if
he
we
get
did an
fired?
action that ended his career. Like, what if by telling other people that this guy, that the journalist outed this guy, we ended his career?
The journalist career.
The journalist career.
I think he should be suspended or some sort. Like, it's what he did was not right, and he should be punished in some way. But I don't know about losing his career.
I don't think maybe he should lose his career either. But
I think
like,
he should
the thing is,
I don't think he should be blacklisted from working anywhere else, but he should be probably let go from where his current population is.
This is okay. There's a point I want to bring up though, is that because of the fact that he did this, and the fact that if Gawker does get sued at one point, he's going to basically be shunned because because he is the infamous person that destroyed Gawker. So he's not going to be able to find work in any way because of the fact of what he's done.
it's not even going to be his fault entirely. Like, it was okayed all the way through.
It was okayed all the way through?
It was okayed all the way through. They were talking about it in the article that it was.
It's
it was
everyone
published.
within the chain of Gawker's fault. It's not just his fault.
Right.
It's his fault for like writing that article, but if someone approved it and then had it posted, it's also their fault.
Apparently, it was talked about like by quote-unquote committee beforehand, and the whole group was okay with doing it, with only like one dissenter.
As in the guy that agrees to post everything. Like, yeah, I'll post it up. It's fine.
Yeah,
So
and the thing is
like,
that they went against their own standard for what's okay to put up. They said their standard is it true and is it interesting? Which makes no thing where is it ethical or moral. But it's neither true nor is it interesting. So I think that's going to make their legal case defense of this worse.
That's if they could defend it in the first place, but because of the fact that they took it down, there's no defense at all.
Right, that's what I'm talking about. They can't even use their own code as a defense on this. It is neither true nor is it interesting.
Damn.
If they even try to dispute this, it'll just make it a lot worse for them.
Yeah. Like, they're just going to have to pay up. And I hope that dude doesn't settle. I hate it when they settle. I especially don't want Hulk Hogan to settle. Because his
Imagine what his marriage is like now, if his wife found out about this article, which she probably has.
More than likely, somebody has to have found it and gave it to somebody.
Yeah. So if I was him, I would not settle. I would make them pay.
No kidding.
The other question is that what's going to happen to this guy's the person's reputation? What's going to happen to the kid's reputation, the family's reputation? It's like there's like settling with something like that will not make what happened to them go away any faster.
I brought this up earlier, but that family, good looking, photogenic.
I know. I know. I saw a picture of them, and I'm like, God damn, that guy.
In the
That
picture,
guy's got
sun
good
shining in
genetics.
the background. Gawker's gonna get fucking crucified.
He's gonna put every single journalist that works at Gawker on a mantle.
And it's just
I
like,
see this person, this person.
And did you guys see that Stephen Patillo was actually mad about the fact that it was taken down?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Apparently, like a whole bunch of the editors at Gawker are protesting, and they put it out on Twitter. Like, the fact is that they've got such an internal fucking rife right now. It's really fucking weird. I'm almost wondering whether they're making it up.
It's the Gawker revolt.
No kidding. Like, there's a lot of people in Gawker apparently right now that don't like Gawker on the inside. There's like with their whole.
You think they would try to find better work then, or work somewhere where they feel more comfortable?
Well, you know that guy that fucking got fired that I was telling you about earlier in this conversation? Funny thing was, he was fired when he decided he wanted to represent the union in his section. That's when he was fired.
Pretty sure it's probably laws against that though.
Well, he said they had other reasons, but the thing is,
they always do.
Yeah, they said that they had other reasons, and you're right, they always do. But the thing is that they picked a pretty good time. That's my point. Is that they seem to have rather good timing with it. So they wanted to pick out when he decided he wanted to be a union representative, and then a supervisor is saying, that's a really, really, really bad idea. Is it?
Surprised Gawker knows what a union is.
That's a good point, too.
White people made unions? Oh, it's probably patriarchal. We don't need those.
Yeah. Jezebel was also being supportive over the whole mess.
Oh, fuck
Chris
Jezebel.
Clue was angry at Gawker and he's... Chris Clue said that he's angry at Gawker and that he's going to write an article on Deadspin about it.
I know! Gawker owns Deadspin. Oh. Doesn't even know who the fuck he works for.
It's like, I'd make fun of you for that voice, because your voice went really high pitched like Mickey Mouse, but that actually the sentence really went well with it.
Chris Clue doesn't know who the fuck he's working for, huh? Oh, today was a good day.
I'm just waiting for them to do like eventually somebody from the inside is just gonna be like, okay, these are all the secrets about Gawker. Here you go, everyone. Enjoy. Just a giant paste bin.
Well, apparently all those people like all work in the same fucking room. Like all the writers from all the different places, they just work in like a fucking like studio place that has just a bunch of lunch tables, and they all just sit there with their laptops.
That doesn't promote collusion at all.
Does anybody else have a mental image of a bunch of monkeys with typewriters? Because that's all that I'm thinking about when I think of Gawker writers.
If you look at the freaking picture and like all those monkeys and all those typewriters, when everybody kind of makes that joke or they make a comic of that, that's pretty much what they look like. It's not a lie.
I think that's a bit disservice to the monkeys, though.
That's a good point.
They definitely work a lot harder.
Monkeys would be more honest.
Exactly.
They only speak the truth.
Exactly, yeah.
Monkey's not fucking lying.
Gamergate
really wants that.
So Gamergate in Chicago is going to be happening soon.
Yep.
Yep, it's going to be happening tomorrow.
Is it happening tomorrow?
Yep. I have not gotten an email. I've not gotten an email about it yet.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, Chew doesn't blow up about it.
Oh God! Like, why would Chew blow up about it? I don't think he's ever been in the area. I think Chew's just trying to stay in Salon.com.
I don't know. Bomb Chew's probably.
Did you watch the David Pakman and Arthur Chew interview?
In what?
David Pacman, I think that's his name, and Arthur Chute interview.
Yeah, I did, and I like how I like how that entire interview just perfectly summarized the literally who meme.
Yeah.
We are so fucking tired of talking Zoe Quinn, and then eventually, like David Pacman just gets frustrated. He goes, "Why are we talking about Zoe Quinn?"
Yeah, that sort of thing got brought up again. I don't remember who. It might have been Zanzibar, but like someone brought up Zoe Quinn and was like, "Yeah, no, we haven't heard Zoe Quinn in ages."
Yeah.
Actually, no. I think it was the guy from This Morning that got viral. Who was it? Adriano.
Oh God, that fucking asshole!
Yeah.
I haven't heard about this one.
The fucking asshole saying that we made Gawker heroes.
Oh, isn't that humor?
That I know what you're talking about.
I thought that was humor. That's not humor? Oh my god.
No, it's not. A lot of
You
people
made
were.
Gawker heroes, guys. Typical Gator behavior. That's why you're all nothing but a bunch of ignorant scum.
You know what's really funny about that? What that means? That means they don't like Gawker either. I'm taking that as a win. They're
I kept asking the guy, if you basically didn't like Gawker, why did you side with them in the first place? Because clearly you have no fucking morals at all.
Yeah, I don't know. I like talking NeoGaf talking, and it's like, well, finally now that this Gamergate thing has died down, we can finally dump Anita. And I was like, what, really? Like, she's so fucking full of shit.
Oh.
Since you brought her up, this is something she tweeted out a couple of days ago.
Oh God damn it! I know it.
I read this, and I don't ever usually go check her Twitter because sometimes I'll just lose a brain cell or two, and I kind of lost a lot already from drinking. And so I read this, and I was like, the projection. Like, just place MRI.
You mean the MRA is an atheist comment?
Yeah, I just posted it in the chat here.
Yeah, I saw that too. I like it when she talks like that because like everybody figures out who she is then. Because like whether you like the MRAs, you don't like the MRAs, you like the feminists, you don't like the feminists, everybody knows exactly who you are when you start using that kind of language. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that places her on the crazy fucking feminist side. And I want her to talk like that more. That's me personally.
She's fishing pretty hard since E3 for attention.
Well, it's because everybody fucking, like, even the SJWs are like, fuck this bitch, she's just another Jack Thompson. I'm like, that's what we've been saying!
Yeah, but you're Gamergate, you don't guys do actually about harassment.
They're actually seeing that? Like, more and more of them?
SJWs?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been pretty hard dumping her. Like, what was it? The lady that was saying there's absolutely nothing wrong with the outfit on on her tag or whatever. That person was an SJW.
I saw a couple of
They're
those.
slowly
I saw a couple
being
of
deprogrammed.
What was that?
They're slowly being deprogrammed.
They're not being deprogrammed. They just don't like her. Like the thing is that a lot of them the thing is that Ghazi was in love with her or whatever. But the whole thing is that most of the SJWs, especially the hardcore feminists, they don't like her that much. They've never really said that they like her that much. They said they always supported her, but they always said that it's like, I really wish, because they always thought that we gave her power in some way, fashion, or form. They always said things like, you know what, I really wish you would have just decided to hate on somebody else or something like that. You know, somebody with a better message. They've always said things like that. Don't you remember?
Never heard that one. Would know that before. No.
That was on V's deal when he interviewed the fucking crazy lady that told him to fuck off or something like that. Like a fucking harpy.
So annoying, and avoiding the questions are crazy. I was
right. Yeah, Sargon went on that one too, if I remember right.
Yeah, he did. They were trying to be so nice to her, and just like, bitch, you look crazy. Do you understand what you're saying right now?
Yeah,
to be fair, they're feminist.
Go ahead.
I said, to be fair, feminist. Like, because the fact that you said how crazy they sound.
Right. But the thing is that she was saying, you know, she's a hardcore as hardcore can be, and she thinks that, like, what was it, like, hundreds and thousands of people get beat up because of what they say on fucking social media or whatever.
Citation needed.
A citation needed, and like that whole mess. And she was just like, I really wish you would have picked someone with a better message, like saying that we made her popular somehow.
It's because she's not popular, probably. Woman jealousy coming in.
Right, but the thing is that I've never heard anything but that. I've either heard like unadulterated love from very few people, and then most of the people that I've seen on social media who like are SJWs usually say things like that. She's never had like just fucking unilateral support from everybody. It's usually she gets support from the normies, and that's because they don't know who the fuck she is yet.
That feminists and SJWs have like a little bit of a crazy look in their eye.
I don't know.
Because I got that vibe from watching the V debate with her. I felt like she's killed some people.
I don't know, dude. Just like my primary spurg is that I hate con artists, so I'm usually against these people that are trying to sell like fucking fake cancer cures and all this other stuff and homeopathic medicine and all that other thing. And it's the same kind of religious twinge thinking with, you know, feminists and all that other thing. So in the Venn diagram, this shit overlaps.
The fake robe.
The fake robe. But they like
bro,
this.
Here's some new clothes for you. You like it? Wear it out. Wear it out in public.
Wear it out. In the looks of shock and disgust, they're just jealous of your nice clothes.
Trannies are fucking gender appropriation. I'm waiting for it.
No, they won't say that. They won't go that far.
I bet you they have. I bet you they have. I'm gonna Google it right fucking now.
If we're gonna go to that route, I just want to say this: is that if you really look at the people who, you know, they say that, well, trans people really get it bad, you realize that they just want to be left alone, right?
Oh, wait, since you mentioned, sorry to interrupt you, but before I lose this thought, you mentioned transgender people. I was watching TV. Horrible thing to do, was. And it was an ad for TLC. You know, the Learning Channel. You know, it used to be good, train spaces and whatnot. And they had a show now where this girl's like, it's called Transgender or something like that. And it's about this girl. She's like 14 years old. And she's like, I'm transgender. And I'm like, no, you're not. There's no way you are.
Wait, wasn't that the same place that had Honey Boo Boo on it?
Yes. So I'm guaranteed that, and I think also 16 pregnant or something like that.
No, that was on TV.
Oh, okay. Because the mom's like, she asked me one day if she's a girl or a boy, and I'm like, she's probably a girl, and you probably implanted that in her that she can choose whatever she wants. We live in such a PC age now, where children are like 10 years old, and be like, well, I want to be this, and it's like, yeah, you can, go right ahead. Everyone's equal and blah blah blah. Sorry, going on a tangent.
Okay, we're going to go to that, but I want to hear because the fact that Tetchin said that he found that what he was talking about, so please enlighten us.
You have femaletumblr.com? What is this?
Oh, it was.
Oh my god!
On Tumblr.
Oh my god, there's a real thing about.
Of course it was going to be on Tumblr. Did you expect anything else?
Isn't that like cross-dressing that... I think that...
Can't even speak. Look how triggered he is.
I'm so triggered right now. I need to find a safe space. Someone get me puppies and a coloring book, because I'm 20 years old and I need those.
Bingo?
Apparently. Sorry, what?
Someone posted a bingo.
Transgender bingo.
No, it says anti-feminist troll bingo.
Eh.
So you can't be anti-feminist without being a troll, apparently.
You didn't know that's how it worked?
I prefer to call myself an equalist.
I remember when I was like called cis white male as a fucking derogatory term Like, you're nothing but a cis-white male. You don't know anything. And I sat there do that, and I didn't know what the fuck they were talking about, so I had to go look up what a cis-white male is. And then I came back later. I was like, this bitch just called me normal. That's exactly what I said. My wife was there. She remembers. I was sitting there at the fucking computer after I looked it up. I was like, this bitch just called me normal. How fucking mad I was.
Apparently, it's bad to be normal now.
It is on Tumblr, and that's where a lot of this shit fucking spews from.
Shit.
Like, it's been around, but Tumblr for
How
some
long has
reason is
Tumblr been
allowed to
around?
get
Does anyone know?
2007.
Right. So I was
And
going
yes,
through
that
high
is
school.
the exact
and
same time when all this shit started happening.
Pretty much, because I was in high school and this shit was starting out. And
Yep.
Wait, when did you start in high school?
I finished in 2012. I'm turning 20 this year.
Okay.
Yeah, I graduated at 16.
No, I mean, it's just like...
It's Canada.
Well, I'm really sorry.
I know, right? It's worse. It's horrible in college. I had to take sociology my last 2 semesters. And so I had to hold my tongue because there's so many times I wanted to call teacher out on his bullshit.
College, good colleges, like it when you do that.
Are you in Ontario?
No, I'm in Quebec. But so the SAW and feminist stuff isn't that much as prevalent here because
the Montreal CTV segment.
No, because I don't watch any of the news here because it's all shit.
Yeah.
And anyways, as I was saying, like the SAW and feminist, there's more conflict between English and French and separatism than people worrying about social justice warriors and feminists. So like it's kind of okay here. Ontario, not so much. Especially at Toronto. In Toronto, it's like their San Francisco.
Yeah.
Before Gamergate, I never actually noticed this stuff.
Oh, I've been noticing it for a while, like all this bullshit coming up, especially in high school. Like there's people.
I thought this shit was all locked in Twitter. Not Twitter. I thought the shit was all locked up in Tumblr, so I didn't worry about it. I feel really terrible now because now I feel like I didn't do anything to help stop this.
See what I mean by this is like all these people at Tumblr are eventually going to grow up. Because I knew a lot of people that went on Tumblr, like those people always stay quiet in class, and they were like, those weirdos, you could say, like the Tumblrites.
Long time
Hello,
no see.
Satan. So all these Tumblrites, and like as soon as they get out of high school and go into the real world, it's just going to be horrible for them. And it is. It's not their safe space that they're so used to. Now they're trying to change the world to fit them and their agenda.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
No, because like people are like, oh, it's just kids, they're just protesters. It must be like have actual something to say, like actual issues. So people just throw them a bone and just listen to them, so they'll stop talking. They're basically whiny children asking for a cookie.
Yeah.
Eventually, it will stop once people get like more common people start realizing what the fuck's going on. Say, okay, we gotta put a stop to this.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Why this whole Docker things is so great. Because normies are pissed. What was it? USA Today linked to a Gamergate resources to figure out how to talk to Gawker advertisers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did. Oh, and you'll love this. USA Today used an archive and said, click this if you don't want to give Gawker clicks.
Wow.
The USA Today link is still in freaking the chat. You can still go look that up.
Interesting thing too is Milo refuses to use archives.
Really? That's weird.
No, doesn't he?
I didn't know. I haven't heard that.
I remember him saying that though. At one point, he said he refuses to use archives because he wouldn't want that to happen to anyone.
I don't know. I'll look it up.
He said he's not doing that anymore. He's going to start using archives for Gawker.
Oh, he did?
Stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't catch the update.
Yeah, in his latest article, he said that he's so pissed off with Gawker over the Condé Nast executive thing that he's done sticking to that philosophy.
All the better.
At least to Gawker.
Do we have a YouTube chat? I don't know what the YouTube link is to this.
Yes, there is. Let me grab that.
Oh, thanks. Where did Maha go? Is he still in here?
He hopped off.
I
don't know
just
if
missed him.
I don't know if that is internet connection or computer or something.
I don't remember either.
Oh, we have one viewer. Let me see if I can get more viewers.
Oh, I remember. Maha said he's gonna have like a fucking surgery or something like that, and he's not gonna be on here for like a week.
Oh shit, really? And I just missed it. That sucks.
He said that like, fuck, I'm really bad with dates. Yesterday or the day before, though. Not long.
A couple days ago.
Yeah, there we go.
But
well, it was good to see you guys. I was just going to pop in and say hi to Maha for a bit. I'm doing a bunch of cleaning because my landlord is coming to, like, inspect the place.
I've done that before, and it sucks ass.
It sucks. It looks like a hikikomori has been living in here for the past 2 years.
Like, you mean the truth?
It basically is. I've got, like, 22 bags of trash and growing.
Oh, my God.
I think I'm going to have to call Craigslist and have somebody pick it up with a dump truck.
I was going to say,
call Craigslist and tell them they can have a bunch of shit for free.
When I clean up, I usually
go open the bags.
It's like old McDonald's food containers.
For free.
It's like a third McDonald's, a third Taco Bell, and a third Wendy's.
See who fucking shows up. I bet you none of it's fucking rotten either. They got enough preservatives in that shit.
Just eat it all and see what happens.
Just eat it all and see what happens.
I ate it all already. It's just the leftover crap.
No, dude, get some fucking boards and nail them together into a fucking box and just throw it all back there and tell the landlord you have a compost pile.
Okay, and
I'm gonna take off. It was good to see you guys. I'm gonna
he's back.
Hey, dude, how you doing?
It's
Just when he returns, you were gonna leave. It's like,
I only came to say hi.
Can somebody please turn off their screen sharing because it's fucking up with my computer on my end?
I like it that way.
I was enjoying watching the Minecraft.
Okay. Well, like we can only have one person at a time doing the screen share. I come in and Satan's leaving. What the fuck, man?
Well, I stopped in to say hi, and then I'm gonna go back to cleaning. How you been, dude? I heard you're going in for some sort of surgery. You'd be okay?
Yeah, I'll be all right. I'm actually going to be. I'm actually going to be off of doing heavy Gamergate stuff for all the rest of next week.
Back into it now?
Yeah.
Oh, lame. I'm sorry. You got trolled.
I'm pretty much not going to be doing that much in with it, so I'm just going to be resting up.
Cool. Well, let me know when you're back. Maybe we can do something. I've been getting kind of tired of it myself. There's too many idiots out there who just can't think for themselves.
Well, this is the third wave Gamergate supporters coming in, so yeah.
Yeah, right.
Oh, they're gonna start calling it Gamergate Plus.
Oh, you guys heard that shit.
No,
It's gonna happen eventually.
Didn't that happen with just the ethics only trolls coming in?
They weren't
I don't
really
know.
trolls.
No,
They really believed what they were
there's
saying.
a lot of them were around since the beginning, and they should have seen this thing come up like every once in a while. It's not new.
Well, the thing is that you can't kick just like everybody else out because you just want to talk about your thing. That doesn't make any fucking sense. There's a giant fucking Venn diagram of people with different fucking wants and needs that want to go in and participate. And if we just start kicking out parts of that fucking Venn diagram, then a whole bunch of people are going to fucking leave. Then we won't have any fucking power to do anything. That's stupid. Don't do that.
You
I
can't
actually
really
don't think
kick
it's
anyone
a
out.
Venn diagram. I don't know if you guys have seen Tokyo Ben, TV Tokyo Ben. His
Yeah, that guy's
paper
kind of a
drawing.
douchebag. Not a big fan of TV Tokyo Ben.
Continue.
He used to be kind of cool, but he got kind of full of himself or something. I don't know. One of those guys who can't think for himself.
You think he can't think for himself?
Absolutely. I forget exactly what argument we had, but he kind of proved to me beyond a shadow of a doubt that he is not the most the sharpest knife in the drawer.
So what were you going to say about
I got a different. I've met up with him before, and I didn't get that from him when we were talking. So
sometimes it sneaks out when you're not expecting it.
Well, just because he doesn't like someone doesn't mean that the fact that they didn't bring up an interesting point one time.
I got a lot to say. But what I was gonna say before was the paper drawing thing he put up. He posted, and he's saying how there's layers in Gamergate, and some layers include other layers, and
I think he's thinking of a pound cake and not Gamergate.
Well,
or perhaps a pizza with extra cheese. Multiple kinds of cheese layered on top of one another. Maybe he was really hungry.
Included. That is the question that must be asked.
I forgot how it was to have you on my live stream, man.
I missed you being around, dude. I hadn't seen you in the longest time. I think you blocked me by accident.
I must have, because it's just like at some point I was just saying, nope, I'm not doing it anymore of just the Gamergate stuff. So I did. So then I just came back and I'm like, hey, well, I kind of spilled something, but all right.
I'm gonna find the picture.
So I wanted to ask you something, Satan, if that's okay.
What's up?
So what is your current stance on what's going on with Gamergate?
I think Gamergate is, for the most part, over, for better or for worse. I don't think there's too much still going on. There's still some people who are, like, kind of into it a little bit. There's a couple cabals left. Like, I think Ralph still has a cabal going. And there's the Acid Man and Mark from V Cabal. And there's at least 2 more that I know of. But I think a lot of the old people who are in it have left for one reason or another. And I think that's a bit of a shame, because we're actually seeing a bunch of stuff happening in Reddit from the original group who censored 4chan. Did you know that Alexis Ohanian was part of the original group of people who censored 4chan and Reddit back when Zoe Quinn and Alex Lifshitz were on 4chan taunting us?
Well, really?
Yes. For real. If you look up Alexis Ohanian's Patreon, he's actively donating to Quinn and a few other of these people.
Wait a minute. Was that the person who he was taking pictures with? That she was taking pictures with?
No, that was Lifshitz.
Okay.
So not only that, but Ohanian is also the person who fired Victoria, whatever the fuck her name was.
Oh.
Ohanian, Victoria.
Was it the Reddit moderator?
Yeah, the Reddit moderator who used to do the AMAs.
Are you serious?
Yes. Not only did he actually fire Victoria Taylor, but he pinned it on Ellen Pao and hid behind her while she was fired from Reddit. So he's another one of these assholes, just like Grayson, just like Kuchera, who hides behind women and uses misogyny to shield himself.
Holy shit, dude.
And Ellen Pao took the fall for Ohanian. And Ohanian is still in Reddit, still saying that he's going to censor shit, and still actively censoring subreddits.
Yeah, that's gonna.
Wow.
This is probably gonna cause a fucking exodus off of Reddit. Not this specifically, but it's gonna be one of the fucking nails in the coffin to start that crap.
And I would say that maybe 10 to 15% of the people remaining in Gamergate even know about that, or have even bothered to look at Reddit moderators' Patreons.
Well, the thing is that I don't know how much of it is fucking true or not, because we've got 3 or 4 different stories of that whole fucking mess going on.
Well, all of this shit is completely easily verifiable. You can actually go and Google for Ohanian Victoria Taylor, and you can find where Ellen Pao is actually using her media influence to get people to write stories about Ohanian being the real person who fired Victoria Taylor.
But you can't really trust what Pao says.
this isn't really something that requires trust. I mean, when the ex-CEO of Reddit, who was fired for something, says, no, actually this guy who's in this clique and is donating money to Zoe Quinn, even now, is the person who did it, I find that compelling.
Wait a minute,
I find
was
it compelling too, but there's like several compelling different narratives. One person saying that it was Powell, and now that it's out, they're doing this,
No,
and they're trying to...
nobody is now saying that Ellen Powell was the person who fired Victoria Taylor. Nobody.
It makes no fucking sense about why they would like say or try and dump it on her, though.
They only dumped it on her until she was fired, and then everybody in Reddit clammed up and have not said a single word about it since.
But then people are coming out and saying that they did it saying
Only
that
Ellen
it was their
Powell
fault
is saying
instead
that,
after
and
she
they
was
are
fired.
not correcting her. They have
They're not challenging her,
denied
is
it.
what you're saying, right?
One more time, Baron.
No one at Reddit is challenging her claims.
That's correct. Nobody at Reddit is challenging her statement.
Well,
Yeah.
that's something people should look into then.
Well, I mean, I looked into it. I'm pretty 100% solid that it's the truth.
It's just like, I wish fucking journalists did their job so we could fucking figure out about this shit.
But the journalists are the ones that ask them to do stuff like censor Reddit and 4chan. The only reason that Reddit and 4chan were censored that way in the first place was to allow the journalists to have easier run of the place, because they knew there was a huge backlash coming. That's where the whole misogyny thing came from.
Yeah.
So when stuff like that is going on and everybody in fucking Gamergate is talking about some entertainment journalist from the SPJ, I just can't be fucked.
Well,
You know what I mean?
well, when you bring something like that to the table, dude, the airplay stuff seems kind of.
Kind of pointless, huh? Like it's a second fiddle. It's an also ran.
It's like you basically don't expect to. It's like this is the first I've ever heard about that, and that is fucked up. It's one of the most fucked up things I've heard throughout since the beginning of Gamergate.
Well, the whole thing's been a big fucking conspiracy the whole time. Same group of people doing the same shit.
So I'm gonna try to understand this. Is that it's a group of people that go from specific platforms like 4chan, now they're going to Reddit, and they're basically trying to clean it up.
They're not trying to clean it up exactly. They're trying to create a lot of noise to distract from them basically having this little nepotism circle where they promote their friends into positions of power for monetary gain. That's been what it's about the whole time.
So basically the general understanding is money. That's all they want.
Yeah, pretty much.
I have a feeling some are content with their virtual power, so in lieu of cash.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
It's basically just cabal politics as normal. How you been, Johnny? I haven't seen you in forever. Have you guys been doing this the whole time?
Not really. No.
I've been working mostly.
Yeah, he's been a normie for the past few months.
Yeah.
I've been working and doing some YouTube shit. I got some YouTube videos up. I've been playing Elite Dangerous. That game is the shit.
I've got some games that I'm going to look at streaming, which I've been saying since last November, I believe. September.
Yeah.
September.
Yeah.
But I've definitely got my setup kind of coming piece by piece here. So, but I'm looking at Metal Gear Solid games and Wolfenstein. So.
You're not done yet. Seriously.
I'm gonna be done when I can do this to my satisfaction. So.
Awesome.
I mean, the reason why I asked that question, Satan, about how you are when it comes to this is, well, I got a feeling from the live stream that I was on with you that's either you were neutral, but then I saw a tweet saying that you went anti. So I didn't know where you were going, so I wanted to ask you flat out.
I was part of those A-Team people. You remember the A-Team?
Yeah, yeah.
So I kind of got dogpiled on and like kind of kicked out of Gamergate, and a lot of people think that I'm anti. I don't know what they think really. So I've got the two personalities going on Twitter, right? And they're both kind of fake. Neither one of them is actually what I'm like. So I've got the savage memes like persona, who's just a big troll, and I troll all the time, and I get really high, and I post on Twitter just ridiculously offensive things. Like I like to just about once a day I tweet something like "Gas the kikes, race wars now, Gamergate," and then and I'm like buddies with Pterodax and all those guys.
Yeah.
You remember Pterodax was the guy with the knife who said "Kill all women, Gamergate" on it, and he like posted the pictures to Zoe Quinn. Oh, and he was doing the Mewtwo code giveaways. Do you remember those? He said anybody who says that they hate women in Gamergate will get a free code to download Mewtwo for Super Smash Brothers.
Hey, Maha.
Yeah?
I'm out. See you later.
Take it easy.
Oh, okay.
Joseph and I have kind of been on shaky ground since we had an argument about something that really pissed me off with him.
We'll leave the we'll leave that out for a personal conversation for another. Well, let's just keep talking about, because honestly it's like I thought you were one of the smarter people in Gamergate, and I don't understand why they would have kicked you out. But then there was that whole 18 panic that did come up, and I just didn't really understand what the hell was going on.
The people that we were in, we had a cabal that we called the Triangle Illuminati, and we had all these secret IRC rooms. We actually had, I don't know, there was probably about 40 to 50 people involved in it at one point. There was like this, we called it the Triangle because there was this group of IRC rooms that were all, like, we had layers, and each IRC room was like a higher security than the last with fewer people in it. And then up at the very top, we had like the core people. And one of the core people was the board moderator of the Gamergate board. And that was Blade. And Blade was part of the A-team. And when he dumped the board because he was sick of people calling him an asshole and stuff for like no reason, he basically just gave the board to the GNAA, and they filled it with pictures of like ponies and shit for like 48 hours. And that pissed everybody off to the point where they said that he should die of diabetes complications. And now this is Gamergate, right? Saying that their board owners should die, like literally. And then they got really mad and started saying that everybody in the A-team needed to be kicked out of Gamergate. Like, I'm not even kidding. This happened.
Satan, if you don't mind me asking, who from Gamergate said that?
A huge part of it was
I remember kind of detaching mostly from the board drama, so I might not have really focused on it, but I've never really... I've really thought of it as just the hashtag, so I don't think, yeah.
I kind of liked to figure out who was following who and who was part of what group, and the biggest problem groups in that particular encounter were like the people who enjoyed watching King of Pole and Internet Aristocrat and Robin Gething, and the people who would post about stuff like needing to improve Gamergate's image and correct the misogyny angle that people were going after, that journalists were going after.
That's always bothered me. What would we have gained by playing by the rules? We had already been playing by the rules that they obviously weren't going to follow themselves, the media. So I've never really understood that idea of kind of playing on their field. So
it was fun though. I mean, there was some drama. People got upset. Did you see the stuff that Arif wrote about us? You might have missed this.
About A-Team or
about the Triangle Illuminati.
Mm.
It's the craziest shit. Let me link it.
I'm afraid I'm not too familiar with the Triangle Illuminati and what they
Did you not see the triangles that were everywhere in Gamergate a few months ago? Because that was that.
I'm afraid I didn't see that. I mean, I haven't been that far off of Twitter. I roughly know what's happened over the last few months.
Solution 6. Do you remember Solution 6?
I've been pretty detached
Johnny. Solution 6. Do you remember Solution 6?
I remember Solution 6 in the sense that it might have been a fake out somehow, I think.
We were the ones behind
Like
Solution 6.
It was just like a red herring.
Yeah, basically. Well, I mean, it was like an augmented reality game, and Drybones had this website where there was all this like seal imagery from Evangelion, and there was this place where you could like type in a username and a password, and then people started trying to get into it, and then we released these encrypted messages on YouTube that were all garbled nonsense with a phone tone playing in the background, and people figured out what the messages were and then used that to get deeper into the site to find the real secret of Solution 6. It was fun. It was good times.
So you just trolled everyone with it, or
Yeah, like everyone. It was trending for what, 2 days on Twitter?
Yeah, I remember that there was a massive panic about Solution 6 when it came out. Like, people either understood the joke, because I was part of a live stream when that was going down, and we were just laughing about the whole thing. And then there were some people that were saying, "Oh my God, no! Please don't do Solution 6. Please don't do Solution 6." Or thought that it was a terrible idea.
So the truth behind it was that although there was a cabal who was faking the whole thing, in reality the cabal that was faking the whole thing was the one that had owned the Gamergate boards on HN the entire time. So like all of the board moderation staff and the board owners from both GG and Gamergate. And do you remember when Nico of Death gave Pterodax ownership of the GG board?
No.
Oh, well, he did. So basically, when it started out, there was the Burgers and Fries board, and that was owned by Thidrin, who was part of the Illuminati. And then the Gamergate board started after, what's his face? From that TV show, Adam Baldwin. After he tweeted Gamergate, somebody made a Gamergate board, and that was Nico of Death, and he was in the cabal for a bit. And then after he gave it to Pterodax, who was also in the cabal, and there was a big shitstorm because the GNAA owned it, we made this big migration, and we controlled the migration from GG to Gamergate, like the entire way, and we controlled the new board also and had all of the mods in the new board. So, I mean, it was fun. It was like secret society shit. Oh, and we own Gamergate.me. Like, I have root on that. I own 8 Archive. We own 8 Archive.
So in other words, the cabal basically had a lot of shrinks.
Yeah, quite a bit. We did a lot of work too. Like the Gamergate wiki, Gamergate.me wiki, was mostly run by Moltar, who was one of the cabal guys. I think Psycho Robot runs it now, and he was a cabal guy for a while. I think he's got a new cabal now, though. But there's all these groups, and it's kind of fun to keep track of who's got what.
So, what do you guys think of the Color Cabal? Because apparently that's a cabal that's been running around recently.
I don't really know what the Color Cabal did.
I'm sorry?
I don't really know what the Color Cabal did. Man in Green was in it, and the A-Team did this thing where they told BuzzFeed that Man in Green of the Color Cabal was the leader of the Gestapo, and that he was the Gamergate's enforcement branch, and he would find the bad Gamergaters and take them down, and BuzzFeed actually printed this as if it was true.
Did you know journalists?
Yep.
They don't check their facts. They just take every word, believe it.
Well, they're bloggers when they're given the summons, or when they're contacted by someone's lawyer.
Yep.
But then they're journalists that are they're very highly respected in their field whenever they need an E3 pass. So that's how these people operate.
I mean, I'm quite speechless. The fact that
It's triggered right now.
There's a lot. No, not really triggered. No,
It's just funny, isn't it?
It is, yes. It's just like, how the fuck did we miss this shit?
So we basically all started in like 4chan, right? All of you guys are ex 4chan. I know that Johnny was like a 4chan new fag.
Yeah,
I never used it.
Johnny? Or wait, me? Or
Yeah, you're from 4chan too, right?
well, yeah, I
Like,
was I kind of really regularly started post probably around 2009. I remember being there I remember being there for a few months, and then the GMA report on Jesse Slaughter came out. That was quite fun. They really kind of rounded out everything that day. So
you guys were around in the beginning. For anybody who doesn't know, or anybody who might watch this stream later, Gamergate basically started in 4chan, and it really started exploding because Zoe Quinn and Alex Lifshitz and a few of the people from Reddit were in 4chan, like taunting us live in V when we were having the threads about the Zoe post and the Escapist and the Wizard Chan thing. And part of our strategy, like, I think Polar Roller was one of the guys who got this started. He was a B-tard, I think, or maybe he was from MU, the music board. I don't remember. But consensus developed that we would try to get Reddit and Twitter roped into it, and we wound up starting to recruit, essentially, all of these normal fags. And once we had reached critical mass, I think there was one point where we had provably over 300,000 normal fags posting on Twitter. All of the original people from V kind of formed little groups of friends and started making private Skype groups and IRC chats. Like, you guys had a Skype group for a while. That's exactly how the Cabals got started. They had a Skype group like you guys had, and then one person said, hey, let's do some shit. Like, I remember that for a little while, Joseph was cataloging all of the doxing attempts and trying to keep track of which doxings were real and which ones were the fake ones perpetuated by the Bill Wagoner crew.
Satan. For references ahead of time, please refer to him as Tetrid.
Oh, okay.
Tetra. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Tetrid, yes.
All right.
So basically going back to the docs things about the BWC.
Yeah, so basically all of the Cabals were doing stuff like that, and some of them started doing more, like making websites and stuff.
So
like Operation Deep Freeze was one of the Cabal projects. It wasn't my Cabal. I don't even know what Cabal owns it, but that's like one of the things that they did.
Okay, so let me ask you something, because so when the Cabal scare started to go around, how did you feel about that?
Well, I was in like 4 of them at the time, so I just thought it was funny. Our Cabal had people in almost every other Cabal. I think the only one that we didn't have a spy in was Ebola Chance.
So So you guys were basically, were you aware that there was somebody trying to get into all the Cabals just to get like dirt on everybody?
Yeah, that was us. That was my Cabal.
So you were basically for that, the one known as Tedo.
Yes, Tedo was part of your Cabal and mine, but it turned out that actually Tedo wasn't the person doing the stuff that at the time we thought Tedo was doing. In reality, that was Arif. You remember Arif?
No.
Oh, the leaks that we thought were coming from Tedo originally were coming from Arif, and it turns out that Tedo is almost completely trustworthy. He's still in Burgers and Fries even today.
Well, yeah. Yeah. So
like he had some leaks, but they weren't intentional.
This is
Isn't
actually,
it funny?
It's interesting to say the least, because it's that I haven't really heard from Tato that much. He kind of dropped off the face of the earth.
Yeah, he's still in the Burgers and Fries IRC right now. He's probably talking. So
I wanted to ask you, if you don't mind, what is the relationship between you and Robin Gething?
I am cool with Robin Gething. We want to play some Elite, but our times haven't matched up. Since he's in England, or Britain or whatever, I don't know, something British. Our schedules never match up. He's sleeping when I'm playing video games and vice versa.
Mm-hmm. The reason why I ask is because it's just that I saw a lot of people who were part of GamerGate, or they went neutral, and on your live stream, I was just like, I'm the only real pro here. It's just kind of weird.
Well, pro and anti have lost meaning in the past few months. It no longer really means anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the people who are really pro are, like, really mad at Gamergate about various things.
Could you give a few, for example?
Yeah, like, there was a bunch of people who wanted to do boycotts around November, and that kind of fizzled out. And there was another boycott attempt that fizzled out. There's the people who really wanted to focus on the SPJ recently, and a lot of people got fed up with this, forget his name, it begins with K. Koretsky. Yeah, Koretsky's been really jerking people around a lot, and a lot of people got fed up and decided to stop dealing with him. But the people who are really interested in stuff like Wikipedia and journalistic ethics are very upset that the SPJ thing was allowed to fall through. And I don't know, there's also a lot of Not Your Shield people, I think, are a little bit turned off by how Not Your Shield wound up going. It kind of fizzled out, too. And there's a lot of people who have a lot of opinions that just aren't right. Like, a lot of people are against Not Your Shield because they think that it doesn't accept white people for some reason. And then there's, I don't know, there's various factions. It's almost not even worth going into all of them.
Man, it's just that it sounded like there was a lot of fighting, and nobody was actually talking about it.
There's too much of it.
Too much, yeah.
But necessarily, right? Because we had brought in all those people that we don't even know how to communicate with, who say a bunch of stupid shit, and they're all fucking tribal. But at the same time, they're fucking normal fags who, like, have their phones out while they're watching TV and are typing dumb shit while they're not even paying attention to it, and will, like, respond to stuff without reading tweets because they don't even care. So, like, what are you gonna do when really dedicated people encounter that? And then you have people who are self-identifying as Gamergate, and people who are calling Gamergate a movement, and that really pisses people off. And then all these people who are doing this stuff get pissed off at the people who tell them not to. And then there's another category of people who are really pedantically minded and have pedantic arguments and will say that even saying that you should think about the shit that you type before you type it is a form of tone policing. And that'll piss off the people who are upset about actual tone policing, like the people who want to fix the image problem, with finger quotes. It's just a big clusterfuck.
It just seems like a lot of people are losing vision of what GameGate was about initially.
And then at the same time, there are people on the other end that are really taking advantage of the reactionary end of what I've seen on Twitter, and making videos that are just there for the reaction, and led by a certain someone, I forgot her name, but you're going to kind of refresh my memory. But anyway, you know, it's really clear that they're doing this, and I really think people need to stop kind of buying into that. So stop giving that their attention, because it really there are things on the internet that are worth your attention, and then there aren't. And you know, there's some things aren't, and I think a lot of good friends of mine on Twitter are kind of losing sight of that.
Oh
so.
Fuck! I didn't see that somebody was in the chat. I see Satan. You're in the chat. Thank you for manning it when I wasn't paying attention.
I like to watch the chat. I like it when certain people join up. Like, I've got a couple of people. One of them is like, what's his name? Chelsea Valkenberger, who's like always in my stuff and always watches the streams that I'm in. And there's Batman and a few other guys. My Body GG. I don't know.
Okay, so I want to ask, what is your what is your relations with Ralph? Like, what is that? Because I see Ralph being mentioned in the chat.
I got in a big fight with Ralph because he leaked some private tweets that I'd sent him to Arif, and Arif did that Tri-Scales piece about the Gamergate Illuminati, which was a big attack piece, and that pissed me off because he betrayed my confidence to leak PMs. But we eventually made up. After I engaged in the Ralph raped and murdered a little girl behind Arby's in 1998 thing.
You know, I
we
like
did kind of post pictures of his penis all over Twitter too. So I felt vindicated by that.
Was that really his penis?
I mean, as far as I know, it was like a little micro penis.
As far as you know.
As far as I know, it was his real penis.
Yeah.
I don't think I've interacted with Ralph since that New Year's stream. Did you happen to see that, Satan? I was on his New Year's stream, and he'd had quite a bit to drink.
Yeah, I definitely saw that. I had an after stream, I think.
Yeah, I went out, and I went out for some champagne to kind of, to celebrate the New Year as it had come in on the West Coast. And I came back, and I found I'd been kicked and blocked from his stream.
Oh, he kicked everybody at one point.
No idea why. And then that's really when I talked with Maha here and kind of made a promise to myself I wasn't really going to tolerate that anymore. Either I would really know the person who was in charge of the stream, or I would be myself in charge of the stream, because that was really that was just not a pleasant experience. So yeah. Yeah, that was not something I wanted to happen again.
We've had some spurging streams since then.
I remember the one stream where it was I think it was like Tyler Valen or something came in and actually talked to him really, really nice and just blankly said, "So what did happen behind the dumpster behind that Arby's?" I remember that, and I was just like, "Oh God."
I'm sorry, what?
So in Ralph's defense, when you got kicked and banned from that stream, the very last thing that had happened was I believe that it was Pterodax got the join link to it, and he joined with a bunch of other people that he talks to on Twitter, and they started harassing Ralph. So Ralph banned a whole bunch of people from the stream, and then he said he was going to let one last person on to speak his mind. And the person joined up, and I think you were still idle in the chat at the time. And the person says, "Okay, Ralph, I really want to level with you here. I know you've been drinking, but this is one thing that we really have to discuss tonight." And then Ralph calms down, and he's like, "Okay, I'm calm. I'm not mad anymore for real. I'm really listening." And the guy says, "Okay, what really happened behind Arby's in 1998? And then he lost his shit.
Oh my God, that's wonderful.
And he'd been drinking a lot, so I mean, what are you going to do?
I like Ralph. I think he when he's not drinking, he's a sweet guy.
I think he's a big asshole. He's printed some things that really didn't deserve to be printed.
Well,
my personal experience again is very limited, but it hasn't really been much besides the fateful New Year's stream. So.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember when you were talking to me about that.
I'm not really sure what the point is of drinking. That really alcohol and the internet and your microphone really, it's a bad combination. I'm not trying to sound Puritan or anything, but it's just there's not really that much. There's not even really that much novelty to that.
I know what you mean. I think weed is a little bit different. I think weed
is probably much different. Yeah.
Because you get kind of introspective.
I'd like to see someone play Rez while completely baked out of their mind. Just something like that. Rez or Jet Set Radio, pretty much any Dreamcast game, to be honest.
Oh, you know what game is amazing while high? Splatoon.
I couldn't assume that would be amazing.
It's insane.
Really?
Yeah. Especially if you lock the colors to orange and blue.
Oh, wow.
I
personal
really like the
experience.
rollers and just painting the whole level. It's a lot of fun.
See. Well, and again, I would probably, if I streamed games, I would be playing games like Wolfenstein or Doom, and then the Metal Gear games. All of those need your immediate and undivided and very focused attention to play
Right.
well. So yeah, and especially Metal Gear Solid 3. That's like you have to pay every attention to every single thing. You got to be completely straight there. But I know I definitely want to. Maybe look into that at some point. Too much of a Boy Scout, though. That'll never happen.
Yeah, you are Superman in that way.
Yeah. So yeah, I haven't seen any of his streams. I recall unfollowing him soon after that, and I haven't really purged too many people from my Twitter, so I really hope people don't get any impressions about my social life from who I follow on Twitter, because I keep in contact with very few people. I think Ma can kind of attest to that, and
he is kind of a dick that way.
But it's I don't really follow the Twitter drama that closely.
Which by the way, just to let you know, you still missed my birthday, asshole.
Oh shit! Right, I am so sorry about that. I got a Steam game actually that I meant to gift you, but
what game?
Get to that later. 1 second.
Sunset.
I follow exactly 420 people on Twitter.
No, home and Satan. Fuck you, Baron.
Shoot, where did I hit? Oh, you know what? I think I have to find it in my inventory. Oh, there's my inventory.
By the way,
okay.
We need to play a game together at some time.
Pick up Elite Dangerous.
Is that for Rift?
PC.
Yeah, no, is it for Oculus though?
It does work with the Oculus, but it works without it also.
How much is it?
It was on sale for $30 last week on Steam.
Too pricey for me still.
Oh, it was Maha. It was Metal Slug 3. It's a Neo Geo game.
It's $70 right now in Canadian dollars.
Oh shit, that's kind of expensive. That was a hell of a sale then, wasn't it?
Wait, what is it?
Elite
Dangerous was on sale for like $30 last week.
What is Elite Dangerous, by the way?
So Elite
Space flying, Sam.
Yep.
That's all you got to say.
It's a game where, so it's an MMO, and you're always connected to the internet when you play it. You have to be connected. You have to be online. And even if you're playing in a private instance, you can play with only yourself and NPCs, and you can create an instance and share it with just your friends. And what other people do in the game affects the game world. So if somebody goes and mines a lot in a certain sector, then that can affect the amount of minerals that are left there, and you might have to go somewhere else. The game is about learning to fly your spaceship. And there's a whole bunch of different spaceships, and the spaceships aren't necessarily better just because they cost more. Sometimes the cheaper spaceships are better at certain things. My goal is to collect all the spaceships.
How's that going?
So far, so good. I've got 5 of them, and I think there's like 12. And by the time I wind up getting all 12, there'll probably be 12 more. And so basically every star in the galaxy, in the Milky Way, is modeled, give or take. And like every single one. And you can do a jump to any star in the galaxy as long as you're close enough to it, so you're at another star nearby. And to get from Sol, which is basically on the outer star of, the outer arm of one of our arms of the solar system, or the galaxy, to get to the center of the galaxy, where there's a supermassive black hole that everything orbits around, takes about 18 hours of real-time flight just to get to the center of the galaxy. Nobody, I believe, has ever been all the way to the other end of the galaxy yet without, like, destroying or something. There's one guy who recorded a video of him going all the way to the center of the galaxy where the supermassive black hole is, and then going straight up all the way to the roof of the galaxy, and then all the way back along the roof of the galaxy to Sol. And that's on YouTube. You can check it out. His name is Dr. Kai, with 2 I's, Kaii. And those Those videos are amazing. He records them all with the Oculus Rift, and he looks around, and he's got this first-person narration, and he finds basically when you get up to the roof of the galaxy and you look down, you can see all of the galaxy, all of the Milky Way below you. And there's so many stars near the core that it looks like basically heaven, like up there. And he found this one Earth world that is like the highest Earth world in the entire galaxy, and he orbits around it, and he took photos of looking down, and it's fucking crazy. It's crazy. And when you go through the stellar forges or the stellar graveyards, it's like once you start getting towards the center of the galaxy, there's so many stars that it just fills your vision with these bright-ass stars. The game is insane. You should say
is it well optimized?
Oh, very, very. So
Okay.
in order to run on the Rift, it has to run at 75 frames per second all the time, no matter what. And it does have a couple of issues with stuttering due to network traffic that they're working on, but I think they will be able to make it a fluid and solid 75 hertz at 1080p twice in stereo. So if you're playing it on a plain old 1080p TV or something, or like a monitor, you can crank that shit all the way up, and it's going to run silky smooth. Basically, I've got the Oculus Rift, and I've got two joysticks that I use for it. The left joystick is for up, down, left, right vernier thrusters, so I can go in any direction. I use foot pedals to control forward and back, and I use the right joystick for pitch, yaw, and roll. So I do all that all at the same time when I'm in combat, and it's basically like flying a Macross, like for real, in virtual reality.
I'm assuming you're excited for Star Citizen then.
I'm almost not, because Elite is so good that I can't imagine that Star Citizen will deliver on its promises. Like, I have trouble believing that two games like that can come out simultaneously. I don't know that it's ever happened before.
How about No Man's Sky? Are you excited for that?
I'm excited to finally see gameplay. Oh wait, only 3 seconds.
Yeah, I'm a little bit excited for No Man's Sky. It looks good.
I'm
It looks
optimistic, but there have been a lot of things said. I don't like things said as much as I like seeing things done.
Things done, exactly.
To me, it kind of looks like a kiddie version of Elite Dangerous. Just by the graphics, at least.
Well, they do already have landing done, and you can get out of your ship and walk around, they said. So that part is at least more fleshed out than it is in Elite. In Elite, you still can't land on planets yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are working on it, but I don't think that they're going to have it within the next year.
Then always comes the question of, like, how much of the planet can you explore?
Yeah, how samey are the planets? I'm interested in it, though. I'm looking forward to a few new games, especially the new Persona that's coming out for the PS4.
I don't know. I'm worried about. I'm actually worried about Persona 5, because of their recent recasting of Risei for Persona 4. Persona 4 Dancing All Night. It's less that it's Ashley Birch, and more that it's not only someone who isn't doing the role, like they're not, they don't really, the delivery in the trailer alone, it sounds like somebody who hasn't seen or heard, Persona, hasn't looked at the game, hasn't seen its alright adaptation, or hasn't even looked at Risei as a character, and that's only half the issue. The other half is, are they going to start throwing in more e-celebrities and everything that where they're just so starstruck by their status as an internet A-lister that they're not going to tell them how to do the character?
Is this for the English voiceover?
Yeah, this is for the English voiceover, because they can't be they could include the original voices, but that would be hard.
Yeah, if
That
they
would be
don't
very
include
hard.
the
They'd have
original
to
voices,
include
then
more
I'm gonna be pissed
files
off all
and
by myself. Like
they
that alone.
yeah. That's hard though. That they have to include. I mean, they have to move a few files onto the disk, and they have to assign it to the, and that's a lot of hard work. They'd rather just throw
including
out something
original
charge $70
voices.
for.
There's it's all about cost. I think.
I've been told it's about licensing issues, and you know that's great. Maybe some of the $50 they're charging for a PlayStation Vita game can kind of go to paying for that. So yeah, they're charging above the normal retail price for a Vita game. So I really that's great. I don't want to hear anything about cost then. So
Yep.
Yeah, they should spare no expense if they're going
They
to charge
damn well
that much.
better have the Japanese voices, or I'm going to probably not buy the game.
I'm not going to buy the game because I know they're not going to include the Japanese voices, and you'd be surprised how many people will defend that. And that's not against you.
That stuff pisses me off. I don't understand why you would be content with less game. You know what I mean?
It reminds me of the debate. Well, the debate between dubs and subtitles for anime. With foreign film, it's very cut and dry. People just listen to the original, the foreign audio. They listen to the foreign language. You know, but with anime, you have these people in this very specific. Let's just put it this way: they're cultured enough to know anime and to like it, and to really like how stylized it can get sometimes, how very Japanese it can get. But hearing a foreign language is just, I guess it's just too far to their comfort zone. And that's really where it stops. That's really where that argument kind of stops making sense to me, because
actually, some people who prefer dubs for anime, that is, do that because they're not always watching it, so they can watch it every once in a while, but listen to it while they're doing other stuff.
Why would you just do that?
That's great. I'd be more of an advate for it if they were good, if the dubs were good, but
exactly.
But those are rare. I don't know if that's
the exception to the rule.
And a lot of that is voice direction.
I could probably list all of the good dubs in the past 5 years, like off the top of my head.
Past 5 years, I am not sure. I do not know.
When did Black Lagoon come out?
Oh, that's
There's
a
like
long
Black
time
Lagoon
ago.
and Bacano, and maybe what's that one with the dollars? That was by the same people as Bacano.
Rara? Sony Music's been they've supervised some of the better dubs. I saw I was running Monica Magica on Netflix, and I briefly ran the English track for the third one, for the third film, which just came to Netflix. Yeah, they have the dub on Netflix, and it is not as bad as I thought it would be, but it's still pretty. It's not that good. It's not that good.
Kind of mediocre. Not good, not bad.
It's not unlistenable, but that's really the best. That's really the most I can say about it. It's just it doesn't really sound like people who are engaged with their line of work. So
that's a shame for that movie.
It is.
You mean the Rebellion movie?
Rebellion, yeah, which by the way has stellar voice work in Japanese.
Stellar.
And, they usually. With these, they don't bring in dedicated voice talent. They usually bring in their musical talent, which I think that's perfect. That's what they used to do with the Golden Age animation. They bring in radio and musical talent. So, Mel Blanc, for example, he was with Jack Benny's radio show. He would do that in the day, and then he would record for Warner Brothers and Walter Lantz in the day, and then do his radio show at night.
But that alone doesn't guarantee good voice acting.
Oh, it doesn't, but it really the ability to sing, I think, fosters good voice work. I think
too much gets lost in the translation. I like to hear the original voice. Otherwise, I miss things. Like the puns don't come across when people's names aren't quite right. You know what I mean?
It's also the Japanese voices are also what the artist drew the frame around. So.
Right.
It's also another advantage. It's definitely an uphill battle, but it's not one I'm going to be lenient about. So.
Though with that argument, though, that thing with the frame and that they're drawn for a Japanese speaker.
Yeah.
A lot of it is because they don't really do the full
lip sync.
Lip sync. It's Japanese don't really follow lip sync a lot of the time, is what I have come to notice.
It's usually the other way.
Start moving your mouth, that's when you start talking, and then when they stop moving their mouth, that's when you stop talking. They don't really lip sync.
Depends on the studio, really. That's doing the animation.
And I think it's nice that it kind of does that, and it's also, I think it meshes nicely with their focus on less on expression and movement and more on the kind of the detail of the frame. So, which is why I believe that animators are usually assigned to individual shots as opposed to characters, the way they usually are at Disney and the other hand-drawn studio. I think actually I don't think any of them do hand-drawn anymore, but they usually have them assigned to characters, and I believe in Japan they're usually assigned to individual shots. So, and again, anyone can kind of correct me on that.
Jesus Christ! I go to the bathroom.
Things are just done so differently.
And the fucking weed conversation's begun.
I just retweeted an advertisement from Bad Dragon where they took googly eyes and they put them on their dildos, and the dildos have googly eyes. And it says the most despicable sale we've ever had, and all of the dildos have googly eyes.
Do they? I wonder if anyone ever tries that out without removing the googly eyes. I would like you to write to me and describe to me in as much detail if that improved the experience. I'm curious to find out.
He wants to rub one out while reading it.
Why? I was gonna say, why did everything go so quiet?
He wants like the fact that you want to rub one out to reading those experiences is very fucked up, dude.
Wait, rub one out? Oh no, I don't.
Why do you want to explain it in detail?
I don't do that. Oh no, I'm just a man of detail. Well, I like to play games like Metal Gear, Doom.
Oh, speaking of
Grand Theft Auto, like I'm playing right now.
Speaking of, how do you feel about what's going on with Konami, dude? Because I have not talked about this at all with you.
What's going on with Konami?
I'm really surprised their shareholders aren't holding them accountable, because there's a lot. They also, I believe, own Hudson Soft and their properties, and they're doing nothing with them. They haven't done jack shit with Bomberman. And if I was a shareholder paying attention, I would be livid.
Recently.
Is Bomberman even that popular today, though?
Well, how can it be when they're not making any games?
Well, the last games they made are shit.
Like Act Zero.
I heard Zone of the Enders was pretty much unplayable. Well, there were parts of it that were just unplayable until they had that patch out. They just gave it to some guys, So just do it like the PlayStation. Let's give you a copy of the PlayStation game. Okay, do this and go. Do it now. Yeah. I'm also surprised they haven't. I'd also like to see the other Metal Gears on PC, but that doesn't happen. This. The only thing I'm really surprised about, by the way, with Konami is the amount of attention given to the PC port of Metal Gear Solid 5, because I finally got a good look at the PC ports of the first two games. They are truly awful. They are they're very bare bones. I don't think Kojima or his unit had much to do with this development, because they're really they're clearly not made by people who are kind of into this whole PC gaming scene. There's no support for mice in the first or the second at all, period.
Wow, really?
Satan, I'm not sure if you've played Metal Gear Solid 2, right?
No, I have not actually. I played the first Metal Gear Solid. I thought it was very nice, but I watched a buddy of mine start up Metal Gear Solid 2 and play for the first parts of it, and it looked like such a different game. It completely turned me off from the series from that point on.
I think you'll notice from the second one on that there's more of an emphasis on first-person aiming, which I think is perfect for something better than analog stick on a DualShock, which would probably have to be a mouse. There's no support for that. You have to really plug in. You have to basically plug in an Xbox controller if you want to play the game.
It wouldn't have occurred to me to even buy a Metal Gear game for the PC at all. Like,
I think this is a game that could work nicely on PC if it's given the attention it needs. And it's really depressing to know that the Ground Zeroes was that first kind of instance of that. So,
I mean, like, thinking about it, if I saw it in the store, I would probably put it next to fucking Mavis Bacon's Number Munch. You know what I mean? Like, I would expect that level of quality out of it. I would just assume that it's shovelware crap. It would never occur to me to buy it. Shovelware crap.
Really?
I just assumed that's what it was. I mean, I would never think to buy it, ever. Like, by default, I would assume that it was written by, like, a bunch of Koreans in Korea. You know what I mean?
Not really. I mean, it had a lot of hype behind it. When it came to PlayStation. It
just seems like such an iconically console game.
Yeah.
Like, what would you think if, just randomly, you went to Walmart next week and walking by the software section, you saw Cooking Mama for PC? Like, did you think that it was a faithful port?
I would trust that it was given some attention, more than was given to MGS2.
I would assume that it had been done by, like, Chinese people in a sweatshop, and that it was just tossed out on this shelf to catch unsuspecting Walmart customers.
Sorry to interrupt, but Johnny, someone in the chat said that they will be checking out those dildos for you.
Oh, awesome!
Oh,
yeah, I noticed
you.
that a bunch of people
appreciate
retweeted the dildos.
But whoever's doing that is doing a great public service. I await their findings.
Oh, it's Rio Girl.
Oh, Ryo's been busy.
Cool.
Checking out those dildos.
Oh, I mean that's the person in chat.
Wait. Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you serious? What the hell? Why are you not in here?
Yeah, for someone streaming and not paying attention to chat, it's not very good.
And apparently there was an article that Super Mario Maker is offensive but racist.
What is it?
Is this a white hand in it?
What
No,
is
no, it's a white woman's hand.
Super Mario Maker. Oh, that was it?
I think it looks white. It could.
That was the whole offense?
Yeah, that's it. Because
Oh,
it was a white woman's hand, it's not inclusive and is therefore racist of the Japanese.
I wonder what miserable lives these vloggers lead. Just seeing everything through that.
Well, they're vloggers, so I mean that's miserable
They're
enough.
addicted to meth in a flyover state, like literally.
I kind of like how Internet Aristocrat put it, is that they actually have to put blankets all over the outdoors and windows, and they cry into their Starbucks coffee at night. That's the only one. That's how I describe. That's how I perfectly see vloggers.
I imagine them being at a Starbucks in Michigan and pretending that they're in San Francisco.
Oh, I don't have to pretend down here. I really, yeah. And trust me, there are some times where I wish I was.
He is in the heart of hell.
Yep.
In the Silicon Valley, not Oakland. I believe there was
by the way,
someone on the anti-end who said they were in. Oh no, I think it was Randy Harper. Yeah, she said she's in Silicon Valley, except everything she's posted has been from Oakland. And Oakland is back. Let's time out. Oakland is not Silicon Valley.
That's not the same thing.
Oakland is not Silicon Valley any more than Petaluma is Silicon Valley. It is just not. No, it's not. In fact, most people kind of they lump in San Francisco with Silicon Valley. Zynga and YouTube are in San Francisco, and that's and American Zoetrope, they're in San Francisco, and that's really about it. Even the San Francisco 49ers aren't in San Francisco. I believe they're in Santa Clara right now. So
didn't we just build a new what do you call it? A new stadium in Santa Clara?
Is in San Francisco. Oh, that's not San Francisco. It's in Santa Clara.
Yeah.
So.
It was like a big deal. They turned off all of that highway for a little while for it. By the way, to Great America.
Right next to Great America Parkway. I can see it every time I drive up to the San Jose Airport. So.
Have they done building it yet?
That's the nearest one that actually has good service. So.
Have they done building the stadium yet?
Oh yeah, no, the Niners played their first season there.
Oh, cool.
At it. Yeah, no, it's pretty nice. They were thinking of cohabitating with the Oakland Raiders because they've had their Coliseum since the late '60s. So
maybe Randy Harper would like to come down to Silicon Valley and see it.
I don't know, dude. The fucking with the door of a trailer, I don't think we'll be able to have her fit through yet.
You can take the bus.
See, this is you know how like with Wikipedia, the first link you click, if you click it a bunch of times, it'll eventually lead to philosophy.
Yep.
I eventually everything to sports. So you gotta one of you guys has got to kind of watch out for that.
No, it's either one of three conversations will come out of Johnny. One, he will start talking about Metal Gear, or talk about his PC setup, or talk about
computer
sports.
games in general. Sports, yeah.
I've been digging the shit out of the anime that we've had this year. Have you guys been seeing what's been on the currently airing list?
No,
I've only
got One Punch Man
tabs
coming.
with. I've only kept tabs with whatever Shaft is making, and they've. I don't know what they're doing after Niseko, actually.
There's a One Punch Man anime
was
coming out next season. Next season,
One Punch Man. I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that.
Oh, dude, you're in for a treat. So it's an anime about a normal guy who decides that he wants to be the strongest in the world, and he wants to find out what it means to be strong. So he goes off and he trains in the woods for 10 years, and then he comes back, and he is the strongest man in the world. And then all the superheroes start coming out and challenging him, and he beats them all in one punch. And the story is about his life and the characters surrounding him.
That sounds great. Who's making it?
I forget the studio that's doing it. It was one of the top ones, though. Any chart.
Are they going to do another season of JoJo? I really missed out on that one, on the remake of that.
Down right now.
Sorry?
What do you want another season of?
I wondered if there's going to be another season of JoJo, because I don't think they've covered all the adaptations for the new remake.
I'm not sure. I didn't hear anything about it, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was.
I've never seen JoJo, but I hear about it a lot, and I've been told that's one of the better, kind of iconic, marquee animes to see.
Looks like One Punch Man is going to be Madhouse.
Who was those? Do you know what else is out? I mean, particularly this summer. Like what's there? I know they had the 5th season of TQ, which I didn't pronounce that.
TQ.
Madhouse is the ones that did Trigun, Summer Wars, Monster. Let's see, Hana Yamada, Death Note.
I'm sorry?
Madhouse did Death Note.
Oh, okay. Oh, they also did the Satoshi Kon. I know him from Madhouse. They're kind of their feature production people.
Deno
Yeah.
Coil. Oh shit! This is the
that was
studio that did
Paprika.
Mighty the Mighty.
Deno Coil was
Godfathers.
awesome.
So do you know what else? Do you know what's airing this? What else is airing this summer?
Yeah, I had a big list of it. The
I
site of it is down
Oh,
right
that-
now, but I
just
think
now.
I kept the screenshot. I'm not going to be able to find it while high
Okay.
though. But right now, Jitsuwa is airing. It's about this this girl is a vampire, and this boy in high school falls in love with her, but he doesn't know she's a vampire until he sees her like stretching her wings or something in the classroom, and everybody like freaks out because she's a vampire, and he's trying to keep it a secret, and then he finds out that like the girl that he used to be in love with is actually an alien, and then like the girl who transferred in is a werewolf. Actually, she's a were-man, or no, a werewolf man. So when she turns into a werewolf, she turns into a male werewolf. And it's all fucking ridiculously silly.
That
Oh.
sounds inclusive.
Oh wow.
And there was a new Nanoha anime that ran last season.
and it ended too short.
The shit that's been airing lately is just insane, though. I've been watching like every single show. There was a fucking who's that? What's that place that does Hello Kitty? Not.
Oh, that was pretty neat. That show.
Yeah, it's like
Show by Rock.
Show by Rock. Yeah, it was about a new character. It
I
was like Hello
thought
Kitty.
it was not going to be anywhere as good as it actually
That
was.
shit blew me away. That's the best CGI that I've ever seen.
Oh, that too.
But like
And the
everything
first episode,
in airing
the
has
first-
been amazing.
The first episode, the intro, it was it fit everything, and you would think that's the intro, and you'd think the first bit of that first episode was going to be anywhere relevant to the show. No, it's not. She practically forgets about her life, her real world life. Just gets
And then there was
absorbed.
this one about this kid in a video game who wanted to be a hero, and all of the heroes have like patron deities, but he had the shittiest deity, but he wanted to be a hero so bad that he was like the most powerful level 1 hero or something, and he starts like
I
fighting
don't
all this
remember
shit.
that one.
Dan Machi. And episode 8 of that anime is probably the best episode I've ever seen in any shonen anime ever. Just straight up. Where did everybody else go? Did we drive them away with our weeb?
No, I'm still here.
No, I'm kind of focused on my murdering people on the highway with.
Madhouse does the
Grand Theft Auto
Ore
5.
Monogatari. Me story.
Kind of zoned out during all that weeb talk.
Hello, weeb.
That does happen. That does happen a lot.
I might be a weeaboo, but I'm really, really high right now.
We need to do an
Godfather
anime
of
about.
Daughters.
They need to do an anime about American football.
I don't think they know enough about it.
That
to
really,
do an anime
I'm
of it.
sorry, that just needs to happen.
Eye
Prince
Shield.
of
They've already
Football.
done one about basketball. They did one about swimming.
Eye Shield.
They need to do one about American
Oh, they
football.
did do
Eye
Did they do
Shield?
Eye Shield? I read the manga of it. I didn't think there was an anime.
Pretty sure many years ago.
There's an anime of it?
Eye Shield 21. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch
Should
that.
be.
I've
There
never
should
seen it.
be, like mid 2000. Eye Shield videos. Yeah, Crunchyroll has it.
Damn. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that. But lately, I've basically just been playing Elite Dangerous. I haven't been doing anything else. I got Splatoon, and that's the only other
There's
game I've
multiple
even played. What?
I think
Sounds
there
really
might be
well-
multiple
that's
seasons
really
because
fun.
I see episode 84.
I was trying to change the topic because it bores everybody.
Hey, no, they should do a Splatoon anime, I think.
You know how much porn there is
Are
of it
you a
already?
squid or are you a kid? That's the question.
Oh, yeah, I am fully
My
aware.
goodness.
I've only heard of it, though. Gonna do that kind of stuff here.
Squid Girl.
Yeah, no, they need to do that. I thought they were gonna do that Ika Musume crossover.
Yeah, Japan.
I saw that they were doing advertisements with Ika Musume in it, but I didn't think they were doing anything outside the game. I thought they were going to make like an Ika Musume character you could play as or something.
Yeah, that's in Japan.
They're probably not gonna.
It's probably not
available
coming
in
over.
the US.
It's probably not. A lot of people want it, but it's probably not.
Wow.
Real shame, because I did buy this. I remember this is the Inkling that's the only amiibo I have actually, and I got that for the extra challenges and everything. All right there, Satan.
The bong hurt you, man.
Oh. Okay.
You'll be fine.
Okay.
The bong must be attacking him.
The bong is oppressive.
So I ran out of weed and I've been smoking ABV. And it's not very good and it's
I have
really
no idea
hard.
what that is.
It's so if you have a device with a ceramic heating element that you blow air over, you can vaporize the THC and stuff, the active ingredients in weed that's on the leaves and stuff, without actually combusting the plant. So I've got this little vaporizer thing that does that, and you put a little piece of glass with the weed in it over the vaporizer, and then you attach like a hose to it, and you inhale through the hose. And by the time the vapors have made it all the way down the hose, it's already cool. So you're just straight up inhaling the vapors without having to smoke. So a lot of people use these because they're really super efficient because they don't burn up the chemicals. And what you do is you save your already been vaped weed in a jar, and it's been smoked essentially already, so it's really small and compact, and you can fit a shit ton of it in one jar. And you can put it in food and stuff to get high, or you can use it to cook with, to make oil out of, or if you rinse it in isopropyl alcohol, then you can take the alcohol with the weed in it and pour it out and strain the plant matter out. And then all that's left in the alcohol is the chemicals that you use to get high with. And then you can just let the alcohol evaporate, and you've got hash, essentially, like crappy hash. So, like, you can reuse this stuff in all sorts of ways after vaping. So my rec ran out, the marijuana recommendation from a doctor. So I was smoking all the way through my ABV. And today is the very last day that I have ABV, and I've got to go get a new rec tomorrow so I can buy some more actual weed. And what I'm smoking today is the nastiest, oldest, grodiest of the ABV that I've been saving up for like the last year that was in the bottom of the jar. I wanted to do it once just to see what it was like. I think next time I'm going to just throw the ABV out and try to keep current. Or maybe use it to cook with or something, or make hash out of. But smoking the ABV directly it's alright when it's new.
This weed talk brought to you by Maha's live streams. Hell.
I'm blowing people up with my newly acquired fireworks gun. I need to find out how I can stream this here.
You can get like an HDMI splitter, and then pass one of the HDMI channels to a TV tuner.
Oh, there we go. Okay, that's a beautiful connection there. Or I could just stream. I mean, it's Grand Theft Auto 5 on PC, so.
Oh, I thought you were talking about something on the Wii for some reason. I think I was still stuck on Splatoon.
I do need to try streaming Splatoon. I just don't know what I would stream because I've finished the campaign and everything. I mean,
You know what? The
probably
one
try
thing
that
I'm
again.
actually really excited for, if we're going to talk about Wii U stuff, they're actually just
You stream the versus matches, the PvP.
Like, I'm actually excited for a Fatal Frame 5 that's coming out.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow, I remember the first Fatal Frame on the PlayStation 2.
Did you ever play the second one?
I think that I did, but only at a buddy's house. I remember certain parts of it. Like, there was this one where the ghost was on the stairs that really creeped me out. That game wasn't like a startle you scary game. It was like an uneasy. It was very different from other horror games.
Like, I actually, as I gotten older, I've actually come to appreciate like games like that over Resident Evil, because the fact that it's just like some of the scares in Resident Evil are manufactured, and I know exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And it's just that to me, it's that Fatal Frame was very underappreciated. It's like we could have actually had something really good, but they actually decided that they were going to keep 4 in Japan, and now they're actually sending 5 here. It's just going to be for Wii U, because the fact that's the reason why I bring it up.
That sounds pretty cool, actually. Now, I wouldn't have thought that was cool until I played Splatoon. Splatoon is the first game where I've seen motion controls work, and it works in Splatoon.
I had mine disabled actually.
Ooh, turn that shit back on.
I also don't like how the tablet's the only way you can control it. I would actually prefer the Pro controller. And I finished the entire game again without that. So
have you played the online though?
I have. Actually, I've only been able to. Haven't played it with the new patch actually. The new online mode. I've heard the new patch kind of really helps out with online. So. But
I
the
haven't really
experience
had
has
much
been pretty
problem
nice.
playing online. I've played a lot of it in Versus, and I think Versus is the point of the game. The solo single-player content is actually just added on so that they have single-player content. It's really tacked on. The meat and the potatoes is very much the multiplayer.
Oh yeah, I think that's the point of the game too. And that's also what they were selling anyways.
When you play the multiplayer of that game, if you think it was a good game in the single player, the multiplayer is gonna blow your fucking mind, dude. You have no idea. Like, holy shit. It's the best online shooter that I have played since Day of Defeat Source.
It's really high-paced, right?
Yeah, very much. It's like if you were to combine the mechanics of Day of Defeat Source with Team Fortress. Like, that's what it feels like. It's amazing. If that game was out when I was a kid, I would have been fucking hardcore at that game. There's some fucking 12-year-olds out there right now that are becoming serious fucking badasses playing Splatoon. This is the next generation of hardcore gamers. Splatoon is the next Halo.
Kind of weird. When you think
Oh,
about
I think it's a good thing. Splatoon is really creative.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say it. I don't really know what Splatoon is. Somebody explain it to me.
Ooh. Okay, so Splatoon is a game where you've got two teams.
You're a kid or a squid.
It's okay. It's a third-person shooter, but the twist on it is The twist on it is that you're basically the point of the game is to cover as much of cover as much ground with your paint, with the color of your paint, and you can travel through that paint, quicker than you would normally walking. So
it's got the creep as if both teams were the Zerg, basically, and you can't fight on your opponent's creep. You have to override it with your creep in order to engage them. Because if you step on your opponent's creep, it makes you go really slow. And
you'll also slow down if you
can still fight with it, but then you just can't move.
And in neutral territory, you have about half or less the amount of movement that you have when you're in your own ink. So it's also in your benefit to, at the beginning of every match, cover certain strategic zones with your ink to retard the opponent's play and to back up your own team. Like, the amount of strategy that you need
hide
to
in your
to
ink.
play this game on a basic level is insane.
You could hide in
I
your
think
ink.
both matches that I've won. Actually, I think it was about 3-1 when I finally just had too many network issues. But most of the matches I won, they were at the mall, at that mall stage, and I usually just kind of crept up on lone rollers that were just kind of going on their own. I just blissfully unaware of the idea that someone could be behind them, someone could flank them. So I think maybe tactics have changed, possibly. I'm not really sure. So.
And don't forget the wall zipping.
I've really capitalized on. I capitalized pretty nicely on the kind of stealth elements of kind of running through your own paint.
Yeah, man. I mean, once you start getting into it, so you'll try out the roller for yourself, and you'll try out the slow charge weapons and the fast rapid fire weapons, and then as you start getting in more and more encounters with enemy players, you'll start to see the strengths and the limitations of every weapon and realize just how high the skill ceiling is, and it's gonna really surprise you. Like, we're talking, you could do crazy Call of Duty skill shot things in this game. You can paint the walls in your color of ink, and you can go up the wall, and you can not stop on the wall, but you can go up it and move around it, but only when you're a squid. So there are people who paint up the side of the wall and then go up the wall and hide in it with, like, tight controls to make sure that they don't go out of their ink and don't stop to wait for somebody to show up, and then they pop out of it for like a second to throw a grenade or something and then pop back in. So there could be enemies everywhere. Like, almost all over the place, like on the walls and the ceiling and underneath you. It's nuts.
Wow, that does sound fun.
It is.
And you can also, once you are killed, when you respawn, you can pop it into any ally area. So you could even jump to the opposite side of the map if you have someone there.
And if you paint a lot of space on the ground, if there's a lot of your paint on the ground, then you can unleash like an ultimate attack, and every weapon has a different ultimate attack. Like, there's this one where you take this huge speaker and you play the bass at the enemy team so loud it splats all of them. And there's one where you've got a bazooka that shoots paint tornadoes.
Oh yeah, that's also pretty nice.
You have one where you turn into the Kraken and you can't be damaged, and you can run into people and kill them, so you like hunt them down as the Kraken. It's awesome.
And also the characters are really cute. That's one of the funny parts. Is this is just so bright and colorful and cute, and yeah.
It's everything.
It's cute but menacing.
The game has everything for everybody.
They're menacing, kind of cute.
Like, if you need one more reminder why games journalism is shit, it's that shit wasn't hyped out of this game. Because this is like the best game that has been released in years.
They seriously didn't?
Yeah, they gave it like mediocre reviews.
Oh yeah, no, because again they weren't paid. You need to pay them for that.
They gave it like 7.5s and shit, and said that it was pretty good, I guess, but the motion controls kind of suck.
It's not Halo. Well, I mean, it's not Call of Duty. It's not Call of Duty, and Mountain Dew didn't pay them to be. Yeah.
It's not money in their pockets, so they don't care.
Like,
I'm sure it's the only game they understand.
I'm sure that everybody likes this game. Like, you take some random guy from the fighting game community, he will like Splatoon. If you take somebody who likes to play fucking Call of Duty, he will like Splatoon. If you like somebody who likes fucking Barbie horse adventures, they'll like it too.
There's a problem with that. Nobody likes Barbie Horse Adventures.
There's maybe like 3 people on the planet that like that game.
Weren't you playing one where Barbie is baking cakes?
Oh, you
I
mean
was watching you stream this game.
I only streamed it because the fact of how unrealistic it really was. No, I mainly wanted to show Ryo the fact that it's just like every time that she went to the store, she always somehow went. It always sounded like porno music was playing.
Wait, this is Barbie?
No, it's this free game that I got off of I got online. It was.
It looks like it was Webkins or something.
No, it was actually a free full game that I got from a website called GameTop.com. No, GameTop.com actually has some games that are on Steam that they charge for like $10.
GameStop.com?
GameTop.
Oh, GameTop.
I don't know what they're referencing.
Here, let me give it. I'll give it the website.
Like the top game. I'm not gonna buy any games like that though. I mean, Elite Dangerous takes all my fucking time.
No. All the games are free.
Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna. It's the time, not.
Well, it's like you don't have to buy. Like you don't buy anything at all. All you just basically you just download them and you just get that.
Yeah, but like I could be doing other things besides that.
I know. I just wanted to show you the website just so you can see what games were on it.
I don't know. This sounds kind of profound to me right now. Like,
what?
Even though I would normally do that because it does sound kind of entertaining in a weird way, I just have so many other things to do that are more fun than that I would never get around to doing it.
Yeah, playing your game where you just run around and destroy planets.
I don't think you destroy them. So what I'm doing is exploring. I'm about to get my shit together and build out a ship for exploring, and I want to go towards the center of the galaxy to see where all the stars start getting really bright. I think that would be cool. Or maybe I'll go to the nebulas. I've been to one nebula and it wasn't very good. The Coal Sack Nebula. It's just kind of like a pile of black crap. I'm gonna go to the Orion Nebula or something where it's all lit up. I did find, though, how to color the stars based on the age of the star. So you can go to just the stars that are interesting. So that's going to be cool. Be able to find only interesting systems instead of systems just like the star in it and nothing else. Fucking love that game.
I'm sorry if I've been quiet. I'm just a little busy. I used the Just Cause 2 hook mod here to suspend a car in midair, and I'm just gonna shoot it to pieces here. Give me just 1 second.
Awesome.
Yeah, you can have a Just Cause 2 style hook in Grand Theft Auto 5 if you mod it in.
Just don't go online with it.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, they're all the same.
I have no trash to put my ash into.
Your ash?
I don't know what to do about this.
And I'm back.
Hey.
Where'd you go?
I had to talk to my mom about something.
It was the weeb talk. It scared him away.
No, my dad is in the hospital again.
Oh shit, that sucks. I'm sorry, dude.
He got.
Now I feel like an asshole.
Okay, just to let you know, Baron, my dad is always in the hospital.
Oh.
My dad is always in the hospital because either, OD or the fact that he needs more pills. So it's just that it's something that always keeps coming up, and it's around this time usually when he does this shit. So don't feel bad for making jokes. I know what you're doing. It's lighthearted. So anyway, as we were talking, you were talking about. What were you talking about, Satan?
I don't remember.
Oh,
I was talking about not having enough garbage on the floor to throw away my ashes into.
Any of you looking forward to Black Desert English release?
Black Desert. What's Black Desert?
MMO, Korean MMO.
No,
It's
I haven't heard about it.
Oh, I know what
the
this
one
is.
with the really, really beautiful graphics that you also the character that you can the character create option, you can practically mold them however you want.
Does it have permadeath?
No.
I'm only really interested in MMOs where I can kill people, take all their shit, and leave them with nothing. If I can't do that, I'm not interested.
What the fuck is that?
Like, you know, Shadowbane, what else?
Shadowbane, please direct your attention to what Red Baron is.
That's from the game he's talking about.
What?
He posted a picture in the chat section.
There's a picture?
There's a picture, yeah.
I'm trying to refill my ball.
No, I think that's heavily edited.
What?
I think that's heavily edited.
What is that? That's ridiculous. How do I zoom in? Oh, fuck! That's very ridiculous.
That looks heavily edited. I don't recall being able to do anything like that.
Have you tried?
I am interested in that one.
Gone through the whole
Online,
character creation system.
Did you hear about this new Ragnarok Online game?
Wait, new?
Yeah, it's called Tree of Savior, and it's like a sequel to Ragnarok Online, and it looks crazy.
No, I haven't heard about it.
It's like Ragnarok
Does it go
Online.
back to the first one? Like, does it take from the first one or from the second one? Because
there was only the one, right? Because anything else was really, really bad.
I never played the original Ragnarok Online 2. I
don't know what Ragnarok Online 2 is.
No. There's two iterations of Ragnarok Online 2. They completely scrapped the original Ragnarok.
Yeah, whatever
Online
they had is gone. I don't know what it is, but I'm not interested.
That one looked more interesting.
But there's a new one coming out that's called Tree of Savior, and it looks like the Ragnarok Online that you remember. I mean, it's like that, except you could do more shit. It just looks cool as hell. And, like, the way that they're dodging stuff looks interesting, and you can tell that the mechanics to do it are difficult. Like, they're kiting enemies and stuff, and, like, freezing them in place and then doing some moves and then dodging the enemy's attack. Because it looks like the enemies actually fire projectiles that you can dodge now, and it just looks fucking great.
Yeah, so many good games coming out recently.
Black Desert is... you've got a huge move list that you can... a lot of the move list... you know, fighting games, it's kind of like that. They have a little bit of command buffering.
Like Dungeon Fighter Online?
I actually haven't tried that one, but I guess, yeah. I've heard people talk about it.
What's Dungeon Fighter Online?
It's like a 2D side-scrolling beat-em-up where you can enter in commands like that, like the half-circle forward and stuff, and your character can do special moves.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool.
It's like an RPG, too, though.
But
It's an RPG beat-em-up?
In Black Desert, the motion commands are... There's one button on the... Actually, there's one button on the keyboard that does an attack. The rest are used for changing stances or movement. And then the other attack buttons are on your left click and right click. And
that sounds pretty rad.
And those are all utilized in your moveset.
My little brother was the one who used to keep up on the Korean MMO stuff, so I never really knew anything about it, and I would just play whatever he was playing.
Mm.
Is it always good?
No, not always. Some of them were kind of crap. Do you remember Lineage 2?
Never played Lineage.
It was really kind of bad. I didn't like it. It was like a theme park MMO. You could attack enemies and stuff, but nothing ever really changed. There was nothing interesting to do.
Yeah, I played some that weren't quite as good as it. Like it had a better concept on paper, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Some of them. Who was that? GTR.
Everything all right?
Yeah, everything's good. Why'd you leave?
Oh, I needed to use the bathroom. Yeah.
Oh, right, kinetic GTR.
If that blaster's still over there, I can get plasma.
Okay, if you want
Yes.
character creation from Black Desert, this would be it.
Fuck.
Why'd you say fuck for?
I'm trying to smoke this shit, and it's really nasty.
Maybe you shouldn't smoke it.
That's not an option.
If it's smokable, it needs to be smoked.
So wait, so you would smoke Jankum?
Holy shit, that's nasty.
Well, look what he said. If you smoke it, you...
Smoking salmon?
Well, I just said I was going to. I said someone. I meant someone has to.
Literally smoking salmon.
Blech.
Wasn't there a guy that vapes, you know?
Wait, vaping semen? What?
Yeah.
No, not semen, salmon.
I mean, you could if you wanted to.
I can assure you, there's a major difference.
I thought you
Hey,
said semen.
Batman! It's Batman. What's up, Batman? Are you listening to me be a weeb with these weebs? We have 4 people watching, and you're one of them.
I'm one of them. Although I'm here, so that makes sense.
I'm one of them.
So Batman's the only real viewer I have. Fuck.
It was funny. I got all popular all of a sudden. I don't remember when the last time we had less than 30 people watching was. I got like 25,000 views or something on YouTube.
It could be just the time right now. Like, I don't know where you all live, but it's almost 3 in the morning.
Oh, it's
Well,
like
it's not
11.
2.
I'm on the West Coast.
I'm on East Coast.
I'm just
I'm on Eastern
procrastinating
time.
because I don't want to go back to cleaning.
So I posted the link for the Black Desert character creation.
Is it going to add me to the lizard stressor botnet when I double click it?
Oh, fuck, man.
Oh, it's a YouTube.
Yeah.
Character creation looks kind of cool. The hair
Spend
looks
3
awesome.
hours creating your character, and then I spend 1 hour actual gameplay.
You seriously can spend forever on this character creation. Because you can... It's like you are the character modeler. Like the animation, the graphics person. But then they make the controls easy for you to use. But you still have almost as much
There's a walking tutorial?
Yeah, at the beginning.
Wait, what? He's moving her arms independently?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Wait.
What?
No, I think when you change one arm, the other arm changes along with it. But you can pose.
This game looks pretty fucking crazy. I mean, it's ultimately just going to be another one of those Korean MMOs like we've played 1,000 times, right? But, I mean, this is mechanically impressive.
You can do a lot. The map is huge. Even though it's huge, I explored practically all the current barrier around it. I'm playing the Japanese server because I understand enough Japanese. But it's huge. However, even though it's huge, we're only still at the northern tip of the continent.
All right, gentlemen. I know it's only 11 on the West Coast, but I got to turn in for the night.
Okay, you take it easy, dude.
All right.
I should get back to cleaning, too.
All right.
Sometime.
I'll catch you guys later. I'm going to drop also. It was good to see you again, Maha.
Hey, we should play a game sometime, man.
Yeah, we should. Play Splatoon.
I don't have a Wii U, man.
Damn it. What do you have?
I have Steam. I got Steam. If you got if you want to add me.
What kind of games do you want to play?
I want to see what let's see what we have. Let's see what we have in common because I really don't I have stuff like Duke Nukem, Postal 2, Left 4 Dead, stuff like that.
Yeah, that doesn't. Those games aren't that fun anymore. I kind of finished them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was playing League of Legends earlier today.
Yeah, I saw you playing.
Ew.
I fired it up yesterday because I wanted to see how many wins I had, and it turned out that I had exactly 1,420. And it was dank as fuck. So I played one more game for shits and giggles just to see how it was, and I went on a massive killing spree, and I had the most gold, and we steamrolled the other opponents, and oh yeah, in character select, somebody was like, "Why do you have Ghost?" And I was like, "It doesn't matter what fucking summoner spells I have," and he's like, "No," and he disconnected, so he dodged me because I had Ghost. It was fun. So I played another one today, and I didn't die at all. I just wrecked everybody. I think maybe the player base has gone downhill in that game.
That's my Steam name, by the way.
Got it. I think I can add you to Steam right now. Wait, didn't I already send you a friend request?
No, you never did. I also really want to try to play Gary's mod because I recently bought it.
I've never played that either. Back when it came out, I didn't have enough money to spend on that crap. But I could totally do it now.
Okay, wait a minute. Have you ever played it, Baron?
Yeah. It's basically a game with games in it.
I want to add a friend. What the fuck?
So say there's sandbox mode where you can just build shit, but then there's servers with different game types like Gmod Murder, Trouble in Terrorist Town, stuff like that.
Okay, have you guys seen Scrub Quotes? Scrub Quotes X.
I found you. I've added you as a friend. That
I
was
have-
really hard.
Have you seen Scrub Quotes X? One of the latest tweet was a YouTube comment, and the guy that goes, "What's with the Sonic Fox hate? Dude is a beast."
I don't know what you just said.
Let's see, what two games we have in common?
And I have a feeling the video was Smash Brothers, and he's calling Sonic a fox.
Oh,
What's with the
oh,
What's
hi,
with
Baron.
the Sonic Fox hate?
Hello.
I saw you added me.
Yeah.
I added you.
Oh,
You
you
have
both
been
did.
added.
By the way, we have the Saints Row 3 for Torchlight. We both have Hatable Boyfriend.
I've never played Torchlight. I think Hatoful Boyfriend is a one-player game.
The pigeon
sure.
dating sim.
How do I get my friend? Oh, fuck. Library.
How
Wait,
do
how
I
do you see
Steam?
what games we both have?
It's in your library. It shows a list of people like on each game.
Well,
what
what you
games
can
you
do
and your
is
friends have.
actually you click on, you press friends list.
Yeah?
You click on their picture,
I'm
for
at your
example,
profile. It says you're level 4.
and then you press games,
Games. Oh, games. Yeah.
and then you just say filter what you both have.
Yes. Oh, that's so cool. Terraria. I've never played Terraria.
It's alright.
Oh, we
I
played
know.
Velvet Sundown, didn't we?
We played Velvet Sundown, yeah.
I didn't understand what was going on. I think I died.
How the fuck do you die in Velvet Sundown?
I think one of their missions was to assassinate me or something. Or maybe I was supposed to assassinate someone else, but I couldn't be caught. And they have to keep talking to each other for some reason?
Velvet Sundown was a really weird game.
What other games do you have? How do I see all of your games?
Mine?
Uncheck. Uncheck the filter. Postal Fate? I don't know what Fate is.
Oh my god, that game is actually a lot of fun.
Fate?
Fate, yeah.
What's it about?
It's basically you play as this guy that you have to travel down all 50 levels in order to kill a final boss.
Wow, cool.
And it's like, and the best, like, there are a couple of things that what you do is that you have a pet character that you feed fish to, and whatever kind of fish you feed them, they turn into a monster.
Oh, I heard about this game.
Yeah, I have every single fucking one.
Nerd.
Oh, fuck off, Wade.
Red Faction. I must have pirated that. But that's not that fun in multiplayer.
Red Faction is old. Isn't
Yeah,
that
I don't think
90s?
I ever bought that. I think I pirated it. They've
Isn't
only
that
got
90s?
45 games.
Red Faction's back in the 90s, right?
No, 2000.
2000?
Well, the original Red Faction was a,
PS2 game.
no, it was a mod.
What game?
I don't know, maybe it was Quake?
Huh.
I can't really remember.
Also, a game I would recommend, Dread Out. It's actually a spiritual sequel to Fatal Frame.
I'm trying to remember when I first played Red Faction. And what was going on at that time.
You're probably high.
I think there was a sequel to it, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was.
In which the rocket launcher could blow up the walls? Or was that the original Red Faction?
That yeah, you can well, you know, you could do that with all of them.
Okay, so that must have been the very first Red Faction that I played around maybe a year or so after Counter-Strike was released. 1.3. And then there was another one that came out recently where you were on Mars.
No, that's
They're
also
all on Mars.
they're all Mars.
Yeah, but on this one you were on the surface and you had a sledgehammer.
I think that was Gorilla.
Oh God.
That one was awesome.
And then there's one where you go back underground, and that one was shit.
Oh, wait a minute. Who the hell? Like, you actually have Dead Island?
I don't know.
No, Tobaran.
Yeah, I like Dead Island. It's good. Well, it's not a good game, but I like it.
Dead Island. What? Dead Island's fun if you actually just don't bother with the hype shit. Because
I wasn't disappointed with it. I didn't find it lackluster. I just found it. Oh, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed my $60 I paid.
I just want to play games
I actually
that
bought
are
it
like
twice,
games
to
used
be
to be
honest.
these days. I want to play like a fucking Castlevania game or something, you know? I just want to go back to Nintendo. I'm done with this brown shit, you know? And these fucking stupid-ass complicated games with no replay value.
I get my games from Japan. I import them.
there's no public reviews for this product. Yeah, I'm not buying it then.
Oh,
What
King's
game?
Quest. Man, that's a game that would have been crazy fun to have multiplayer.
Oh God.
Wait,
Well-
no, this isn't the game I'm thinking of at all. What's the game I'm thinking of that was on the PlayStation? King's Field.
Well,
King's Field was awesome.
Well, King's Quest is still a very good game series.
I've heard about it, I think.
Yeah,
Castle Crashers, huh? Castle Crashers looks fun, I think.
Yeah, it's fun.
That wasn't by one of the anti-Gamergate people, was it?
No.
No, that's from Behemoth. They've been around for a while.
You know, those tower defense games. There's this one game. I think it was called Rock of Ages or something like that. Looks really interesting because it's a.
You mean like an MMO or like
No.
one of those top-down games where you put towers in and you tower defense?
No, it's
You ever thought about being a rock?
It's 2-player. It's one. It's
That's
one.
for you.
You take turns setting up your defenses, and the opponent is launching boulder that has to try and run through all the defenses and crash the other person's castle or something.
Well, that's cool. That sounds like a game little brothers could play together.
It's pretty interesting.
Like I said,
some of them.
Be a rock game for you.
Yeah, and you have various maps and all that with different paths. Sometimes you have jumps, and then in some places, some people just drop onto a lower path. But then, of course, then you have to try and fix that path.
You only played the path for a half hour.
Yeah, I know.
What is the path?
It's
Surprisingly,
basically
Tale of Tales.
Yeah, when they were good. When
From what you guys told
when
me
the
about
path
it, it
is-
sounds like every other game they made.
Yeah, it wasn't a really game they made. It was in 2009. It's a what happens is that you play as this you either play as a young woman or a little girl, and it's a Little Red Riding Hood story.
Is
Where
it like that Wolf Among Us?
No, it actually is. You have to. Let's either you could actually walk around the forest, trying to pick up stuff, find specific items that are representative of the person who you play as, and you actually see a story unfold as you go through it. And there's actually a character there's a character in all of their stories that's supposed to be representative of the big bad wolf. Be it an ex-boyfriend or somebody that molested one of the girls.
Wait, molested them?
Yeah.
In what game?
Tale of the Path.
The Tale of the
It's
Path.
like the Wolf Among Us.
I've never played Wolf Among Us, so.
Is it like a visual novel?
It's not a visual novel. No. The whole thing is that you walk around the forest and trying to find the pieces.
So it's like Slender?
No, it's not like Slender.
Do you have to fight people?
No.
Do you have to overcome challenges?
Well, it's an exploration.
You don't get lost.
Oh. Is that what it's about? It's about not getting lost? It's like a big maze?
It's like you get lost in the forest. Like you can get lost in the forest very easily. And every 100 meters, a small piece of map appears. The challenge is to find all of the pieces that are representative of the person, and then get to Grandma's house, so to speak.
Huh. Is it fun?
It is fun, yes.
Weird.
This was when Tale of Tale.
Like you got like a Spanish visual novel on here.
Yeah, if it's Everlasting Summer, then yeah.
What is that?
I don't know. I've never played it. I've only picked it up because it was free.
Weird. They have some strange stuff on Steam these days.
They do, yeah.
Did you see that they put Planetarian on Steam?
I don't know what that is.
It's like an old school, like 90s anime visual novel.
I remember that name though.
What else was on here recently that was weird?
Have you guys played Contrast?
Contrast. No, I have not.
No? Do you like film noir settings?
It depends on the game.
And this game uses... It's called Contrast, and it's a heavy play on shadows and lighting. Your character can move around in 3D and 2D. 2D being you merge into the wall as a shadow. But then when you're a shadow, obviously you can only walk on shadows. So you can only merge into the light because you become a shadow.
Weird.
And a lot of interesting platforming. You can't die. Well, you can fall off and essentially you're dead, but otherwise, like, you can't really die in this game. But it's just platforming and platforming challenges, and sometimes you have to move objects around, and then to adjust the shadows so that you can move.
I bought Kung Fury Street Rage. Did you guys see the Kung Fury movie?
No.
No.
Oh man, you gotta see it. So there was a movie that got kickstarted, and it was about Kung Fury, the Kung Fu cop, who was too badass to be a cop. So he had to quit to become a vigilante to fight crime. And it's like 80s themed, and everything is all 80s with like lasers and shit. and skateboards and like sunglasses and torn jeans
So 80s.
and boom boxes, like totally 80s, and neon lights, and like there's a robot who comes back in time to kill him, but it was actually Hitler's robot, and Hitler escapes the assassination of Hitler through time to come back in time to make the robot to attack Kung Fury, whose partner was killed by an evil robot once, maybe? And then they fight the Nazis with badass kung fu, and the hacker man, is involved somehow, and then they defeat Hitler, but to escape, Hitler like jumps back again, I guess, in time. So Kung Fury tries to follow him through time and gets sent back to dinosaurs, where he has to fight some dinosaurs, and then there are cave women who are really into that. And then Zeus appears and helps him out because he asked in like a really badass and rad way. So Zeus is like, here, you can have a portal. So he gets his portal and he goes and he fights the Nazis once and for all. And then Hacker Man is in a robot and he's shooting shit.
I feel like your description is better than the movie.
No, the movie is even better than that. And it's like all crammed into like 45 minutes. You should watch it. It's great. If you like SciTube stuff, you should SciTube that. It'd be fucking awesome to all watch. I never played Planet Side 2. I always wanted to get into this, and I still never done it.
Then do it.
I don't have time.
You gotta make time. Decisions.
I got Reciteer, but I still haven't tried. Still haven't started it yet.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I'm into the Atelier games, so.
I haven't played Transistor yet either.
Ooh, that's a good game. If you like classic shooters, you'll like that.
I still have never played The Witcher.
The first
I got
one?
The Witcher, the Enhanced Edition, right here.
Oh, It's pretty clunky. But it is old, and, you know, it's probably good for its time.
I'm curious how Namco is deciding to port the Tales game onto the computer. Like, what the controls are going to be like.
I don't know. Namco's been a pretty good company for a really long time, though, so...
They're notorious for DLC.
Are they really? I don't think I've played a Namco game since probably Tales of Destiny.
Yeah, Tales of Vesperia had pretty pricey DLC, but then part of that was because of franchise names. Tales of Vesperia had the Sergeant Frog costume because one of the characters has the same voice actor as the Sergeant Frog. And I think Namco also owns the game side of Sergeant Frog.
That doesn't really sound like egregious DLC, though.
The prices on them are pretty expensive.
But like, it sounds like stuff you can totally do without that doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, that is true. But the most impressive in terms of DLC is actually their Idolmaster franchise.
Oh, well, people just fucking like spending money on that stuff.
But if you... And most of the
That's
DLC...
the whole point of that game, though.
Yeah, it is a point of the game.
It's kind of fucked up if you think about it. It's essentially pornography.
What?
So here's a fake girl. You can shower her with gifts. Since you can't find a real GoFundMe
That's
nerd,
not it.
that's totally it.
No.
Definitely.
No.
We're getting called weebs. And niggers.
Wow, that's it's a live stream. Now somebody's used the N-word.
That's my best follower. My #1 fan.
I remember saying when he used to not use the voice, not use the modifier all the time. I'm surprised that you actually started using that a lot more after, like after the live streams. Did you?
Because it's like really popular. People fucking like Satan and like the crazy shit that I say.
We still got to get you to read fan fiction sometime on here.
Speaking of fan fiction, my favorite fan fiction finished, and I got to read the end.
What was
I
it?
was really happy. I'm such a fucking nerd.
What was the fan fiction of?
It's the Harry Potter fan fiction that guy from the what do you call it? That Less Wrong Institute thing. Like lesswrong.com. The guy who does the Less Wrong stuff made a Harry Potter fan fiction where, like, it was like a what if Harry Potter grew up with science instead of being raised by a couple of fat, like, English people.
Mm-hmm.
And they had him, and he was like, he had the intellect of, like, Lord Voldemort, and he was, like, using science and rational thought to solve all his problems. And it got, like, really dark because he was thinking about, like, the shit that was going on like a rational human being would. And, like, I don't know, it's really fucking good. It's, like, really self-flagellating is the best way I can put it. It's like the kind of stuff that you would never see, like, a professional writer do. It's just so fucking wacky and weird, and I don't know, it's awesome.
Why is it that always the Harry Potter fanfictions are usually the better ones?
I don't know. It's way too fucking nerdy. I can't believe I even read it in the first place. I'm fucking ashamed. But it was so good.
Why are you ashamed of yourself?
It just seems like something a fucking, like, Fujoshi would do. Like a fucking, like, female nerd. But the kind that can't get laid. Fucking watching gay-ass anime and playing games like that.
Well,
what were we even talking about?
I was gonna say what the Idolmaster thing was, but
Someone explain to me what that is.
it's a management sim. You could also call it a raising sim because it's
It's like
you're taking
Princess Maker.
Pardon?
It's like Princess Maker.
I don't know what.
oh, thank you. I've actually been wanting to look into one of those games.
I haven't looked into Princess Maker. I'm not sure I can make that comparison. Basically, you're taking raw talent and making them into national idols, national phenomenons. But that means you have to train.
Really involved.
That means you have to train them in dance, train them in singing, and train them in visual, which actually has changed between the games. In Idolmaster 2, visual training was like acting, drama, but in the most recent Idolmaster, I think that it was more like on TV variety shows, like which camera to look to. And then you also have to bring them to PR events, which you bring them to auditions, bring them to small performance concerts, bring them to large concerts, and then win the fans through all of those. On top of that, there's these rival concerts where you've got essentially two simultaneous concerts. You have your own and then whoever the rival performer is. And you have to, basically you're competing for the same audience. So some of these events are free, but they don't earn you a lot of cash. They might win you different, varying amounts of fans, but then the better stuff they cost you money to produce, but then they might get you less fans or less money, like less profit, and then
you have to manage their time so you do the right ones.
Yeah, and in Idolmaster 2, you had, I think, 50 weeks or something like that, and each week, so to speak, is done as a day. You also can buy accessories which change your, which further modify your stats. But then the most recent Idolmaster, there is no deadline, which I didn't like, because that means you could just play the game forever and do everything.
So where do you get Idolmaster from?
Japan.
Can you get laid?
No, I'm saying
It's
like,
not
what,
that.
like, is it like a PC game?
Lost
What is
interest.
It was actually an Xbox game.
There was an Xbox one?
It started on Xbox.
I think the later ones have been
It started
mobile.
in the arcades, but then the first console game was Xbox, and then it stayed Xbox until Idolmaster 2 went on to PS3. And it became so to speak, the definitive edition because a certain amount of the Xbox DLC was included on the PS3 version in the game.
Haven't they been coming out with more shit recently, though?
For Idolmaster, no. They're focusing on as far as I know, they're focusing on the two side franchises of the mobile games.
What about the ones where they're boats?
What?
What?
Isn't there one like that where they're boats, except it's a mobile game? Like the girls are actually boats?
You're talking about Kantai Collection.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Kantai Collection is... you could think of Strike Witches, like...
Yeah,
like
that seems really
they're
similar
they're warships.
But I thought that they had less, like, merchandise for Strike Witches. Like, I thought that it was, like, just in anime. But the Con thing seems to be, like, something on phones or something?
Instead of fighter
Or
jets,
maybe there's a lot of figures that you're supposed to buy for some reason?
Instead of fighter jets, you're warships. But
that explains it.
Like, how is it marketed? Like, what kind of products are there? Because it seems like people buy shit for it, like, a lot.
Well, it's popular, so they make anything.
Yeah, but it's not like just a video game, right? There's microtransactions involved somehow.
Yeah, it's a freemium, as far as I know. So you build build units, your ships, the ship girls, and you send them out to missions and attack
enemies, I guess.
Oh, there's like a war going on?
There's an enemy faction.
Wow, weird.
Wait, so never mind. I thought they were like musicians and shit. And you're like they're aged or some shit. Now they're
Oh,
ships.
dude! Did you see that
No.
last
He's bringing
season?
up a different series.
Oh, okay.
Yo, there was this anime last season, right? Where there's these two lesbian girls, and they're going to this school where they play like the horn and the trumpet and shit, and it's like really serious, and like the girls fall in love and shit. It's awesome.
Euphonium?
Yeah.
That one was okay.
It's so good.
A lot of people were scared of how it would turn out. And I was one of the people that was scared.
Oh, dude, it was way better than that one with the guitars and shit.
Well, I like that one, but I do not want to see a second. Like,
No,
it's good for its
nothing
own.
like a second one of those. It is so good and so new. It's like I don't even know how to describe it. It's just fucking weird. Yeah, you gotta watch it, dude. It's the gayest thing that I have ever seen.
Euphonium is really good.
It's gayer than Gamergate.
Wait, did they lift the? I think they might have lifted the IP ban for Kantai Collection.
Oh, so
that's
Westerners can use it now?
I'm guessing because they right at the start they let you select English.
Yeah, it might be a little tough to get a credit card to use for the microtransactions, though, right?
Oh wait, no. When you click on English, it says not available in your area. So much for that, right?
Yeah, right.
They give you hope with at the front page and then just crush it.
Now that I'm using the TV as the computer in the living room more often, I'm getting kind of used to this touchpad. I might actually be able to just use the computer on the TV with this fucking...
Okay, this video
remote
is a
control
Kantai
keyboard.
Collection game.
This video? In the
This is
chat?
the Kantai Collection game, yes. The one I just put February.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
February 14th.
Sounds like there's a war going on. It looks kind of like the opening to 1942. This is kind of cool looking. This one has crazy red eyes. 1941, hey, it is. It's like making fun of that opening. What is this?
Yeah,
Is this
what's going
Toei?
on?
Whoa, let the bombers go. They're attacking and shit. Now it's 1940. This is 23 minutes long. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Skip around. Skip around.
This is weird as shit.
But it's a freemium still. And it's a very, very common type of freemium, I think. From what I've personally been made aware of.
It's like this whole genre of games that I just don't give a fuck about.
This would probably be among that.
Like, I could never care about that game. Like, imagine trying to play something like that seriously. Like, it's a legit game. Oh shit, I can't favorite this tweet. Yo, you have to look at this tweet. I'll link you to it. Alright, look at this tweet. Especially you, Maha. You have to see this tweet. This tweet is fucking great. A Steam pop-up blocked the window. Fuck, I didn't do it right.
Nice.
That's an awesome tweet.
I like that tweet.
Alright, I copied it. Fucking fuck, I don't know how this shit works. There we go, it worked! There we go!
You forgot how to computer.
How did this get here? I'm not good with computer.
Done.
Oh, I think it's too late to do any more cleaning tonight.
I'm actually thinking about shutting the live stream down, guys.
That sounds like a good idea.
Well, I'm actually thinking I may do more of these again because
Cool.
you know these actually were a lot of fun.
That might be nifty. You used to pull in more viewers than I tend to get because you would like advertise it in advance or something.
Yeah, the Gamergate live stream guy always used to get mad at me because I never I went to him about it.
But yeah, that might be cool. I like to pop in once in a while and say hello.
All right, Baron, would you like to come back?
Yeah.
What do you say, yeah or nah?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well,
you guys have a good night. I'm gonna drop. I'll see you guys another time.
All right, and I
Bye.
think it's this time end now.